All Wings Considered is brought to you by Advanced Fuels. Some days I just can't get my engine started. I've tried everything. Coal, crude oil, solar power, wind, nuclear fission. Nothing works.
Have you tried Advanced Fuels?
Advanced Fuels? These are even better than regular fuels. Thanks, Advanced Fuels, man. Now, here's Ben and Jason.
Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of All Wings Considered. I am Loaf, and I'm here to talk about Wing Commander.
And I'm back!
And
I'm also
back.
here to talk about Wing Commander.
And believe you me, there'll be some heavy-duty Wing Commander talking about him today.
Wow, yes, that broke me there for a second, trying to think of all of what you just said. Yes, a lot of Wing Commanding today. Yes, we are back. It is bright out. Mm-hmm. It is Thursday afternoon, evening
at 7 p.m. Eastern.
That's right. And we are here once again to continue our privateer summer, the summer of privateer.
More privateer.
We've
take a stick at.
We kind of christened it the other day, the summer of privateer, without realizing it, because we were like, we have a lot of privateer still to do. But we're going to break it up, but not tonight. Tonight's a heavy show.
Let me ask you the same question my parents did when I got back from college. Where the hell were you?
Oh! Well, I went on a week-long trip to California, through some national parks and then the mountains, kind of some of the same roads you and I drove with your wife last year on the way from Cali to here. And I got to camp in the wilderness, do a lot of great stuff, 1,500 miles in a rental car. It was pretty awesome. So
pretty great.
Yep, I still have my adventure beard, as my one of my Canadian friends who's doing a similar trip called it. So I'm going to rock it for a little while. We'll see how ridiculous I start to look.
I think it works. I think a beard is good on you.
We'll see. It's a little, it's the opposite of up here. So I'm curious the first time I have to cut my hair, how badly I'm going to mangle it as I try not to, But are we saving those for the afterburner, or is there...
Oh, what, you want to see your slides?
Oh, I didn't know if you want to do that now, or how we want to do that.
Yeah, let's go over to the afterburner, and I'll show you your slideshow.
All right, we'll do a little... This is like a mini afterburner, right? We'll say, pusher, because it's relaxing, it's a little bit. But yeah,
all right, here's your vacation slideshow.
Yes, so I got... what happened was I went with two of my friends, who I've known since the first day of first grade, which we learned on our trip. Apparently, it's uncommon to have elementary school friends still when you're an adult, because a lot of people were shook our hands and were shocked that we were still friends, the three of us.
I've still got one elementary school friend, I think.
My 5 closest friends I've known since elementary school. It's kind of weird. We've all kind of stuck together. You have times of being friends and times when you're like, I'm going to murder him, and then it all works out again.
Oh, I know. I've been to IRC.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yes, so this was, we were in Death Valley. There was a crazy sandstorm going on. That was pretty cool. So we went out Memorial Day into the desert. It was actually quite temperate. It was only about 90 degrees at Furnace Creek, which is pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. You can click to the next one. We got to go through some backcountry roads, which is pretty awesome. These are unpaved, unimproved roads. Basically, somebody takes, a grader out there and cuts a path in the desert. And this was the one through Titus Canyon where our rental car, thankfully to a lazy enterprise person, the car we had rented was buried by about 3 or 4 cars. And instead of moving all of them, he said, do you guys want a free upgrade? And we said, sure. So we ended up taking an Infinity Q45, which you may slide, I think.
Infinity Q45, that's the thing that Marvin the Martian wants to blow up the universe with?
Probably, I don't know. It could be. But we got to drive through Titus Canyon, which is pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. It's got 300-foot walls, about 20 feet wide. We watched some crazy people taking 22-foot RV through it, which was, to say the least, interesting. The park ranger who followed them through was less than thrilled at having to follow them. But the next picture, I think, it shows our wonderful Infinity Q45 deep in this mountain canyon. And it was pretty... If you ever have the chance and you're in California and Death Valley, I highly recommend. It's a 27-mile road through the middle of absolutely nowhere, and it's absolutely beautiful. But then after this, we went up into the mountains. Oh, no, it is the mountains, but that's the mountains over Death Valley, where I lost my hat 4 times and had to chase it. So there's a lot of people that have pictures of me running like an idiot across Badwater Basin trying to catch my hat which is now completely stained by borax, which should be one of our sponsors one day. It's like soap or cleaning something, but my hat is definitely not the same anymore. But yeah, that's Dante's View overlooking Death Valley, which is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And then we went up into the Sierra Nevadas. And actually, we went right by this on last year on our drive. This is when we went by Ponderosa, that in the middle of absolutely nowhere. But I ended up hiking up, those are called the Needles. And on the next one, we hiked up to that, which is an 8,211 foot tall spire that used to have a fire tower that, I kid you not, burnt down.
I mean, my question about this picture is, were you able to stop Dr. Soren from...
Yes, yeah. Well, yeah. Yes, I just saw this damn movie. Was it Verandy?
I don't know. There's absolutely no stakes. You're just told there's a planet out there, Viridian 6 or something.
Yeah, Viridian, yeah, there's... Yes, because it is the exact same thing. It is that type of... metal walkway with wooden steps, some of which are not attached, which is a little disconcerting at 8,000 feet, and you feel every step up there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can keep going through them. Like that's me looking from the top back down. So it wasn't all like that. It was actually a really great hike, but it definitely was a punch in the face with how high it was, and you felt it in your lungs. But then we went up to Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park, where here's some of my friends looking like ants next to very big trees. And then I think I only have one or two more, I think, right? Yep, that's Paradise Valley. If you've never been to Kings Canyon, I highly recommend it. It's absolutely incredible. It's deeper than the Grand Canyon, which I could not believe until I was there. And I said, okay, I get this. And I think there's one last one. Yes. And that's looking at Kings Canyon from the road. But yes, it was awesome. It was a great time. I highly recommend anybody who wants to do it. It was actually fairly cheap. I feel like even with 4 of us doing everything, it cost us probably less than $1,600 between all 4 of us.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty great. We got to go to some interesting places in Nevada and meet some interesting people, but it was awesome. And it was great because it was a lot of the same places you and I had driven through, which kind of gave me some of the inspiration of where to go because we'd been there already. So I was prepared for what kind of weirdness we would encounter in the middle of nowhere. You know, we didn't stop though at the Commodore's compound. I will say.
Darn.
I know it was tough. Hey, I see Captain Johnny. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Captain Johnny!
Here's a picture of Kings Canyon for you.
So what do we have on the show tonight?
Well, tonight, besides being the summer of Privateer, we have Privateer 2. Privateer 2 singing.
Always singing.
We have some Gauntlet. We have some high scores that have to be recorded for a contest amongst ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We have... we're going to cruise through the Gemini sector.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are going to do some book clubbing. Which
chapters 8 and 9 of Fleet Action. If
Yes.
you want to, it's like it's the initial climax of the book. It's a big one, and if you're out there and you want to join in and talk Fleet Action with us, there's a special channel on the Discord. Just Discord on over, and you can audio with us when we get to that part of the show.
Discord on over, huh?
Discord on over. Yeah, well,
all right. Well, that's one way. And then, what else do we have?
Today, I think it's everything today.
Oh, all right, that is everything today. Excellent.
No,
boom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Privateer takes a while.
It's a slow burn.
But my week was overall good.
Yes.
I didn't have a great chance to focus on Wing Commander. My mom had knee surgery 3 days ago, so we were all worried and wanted to help her. But everything went well. She's already up and walking and going through physical therapy. So everybody who was kind to me while I was nervous about that, thank you guys. Back to Wing Commander.
Glad to be of service.
I got a haircut, so
I haven't cut
very
my hair
handsome
yet.
now.
Yep. It's the bearded man show now.
And we actually have a pretty short Afterburner slideshow. I just have one follow-up from last week that I promised I would put on here, which was we took this screenshot while we were privateering, working on earning that cool $500,000 we're going to want for our new Orion someday. And we noticed, I think for the first time somehow, that the privateer, the refinery station was taken directly from the space station from Star Trek II. And I said we would show an example of that because when you look right at the refinery, you don't see that it doesn't necessarily look like that space station because there's this. The privateer bases are static images, so they're one.
Yeah, they don't. You're not rotating.
That doesn't change. So you're only ever looking at this in game from kind of tilted downward. But when you see the VDU image, you're like, oh yeah, it's the space station where they were testing Genesis.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And so I got some pictures of that. Here is its very first appearance in Star Trek: The Motion Picture,
but it's upside down.
This was the right way up. So this was its original. It's an orbital office complex in Motion Picture,
Okay.
And it's oriented like that. And then for Star Trek 2, which was made on a budget because Star Trek 1 was not a success, and they were cutting corners.
Say, sir.
And so they were like, oh well, we need a space station. We'll flip this.
Oh, okay.
And there it is, and it's appeared in that manner. It's in a bunch of Next Generations, Deep Space Nines, even a Voyager had.
I think I just saw that on an episode of Next Generation recently.
They used every part of the animal on those shows.
Yeah, I definitely get that they cut up a lot of old stuff, and anytime they could, just reload an old clip, why not?
And the part that looked most like the Privateer VDU image, I grabbed the old FASA manual. This is the Star Trek role-playing game in the 80s, which I love this aesthetic. And here's the here's the side drawing of it. It's just like, it's the Privateer 2. It's the Privateer base.
Yeah, so they just added a bunch of barrels and stuff on it to make you think like they're refining stuff.
Yeah, they tricked it out a little.
Yeah, they tricked it. Yeah, so you got a few other stuff. Nice.
Yeah. There we go.
Nice. And I think the only other thing we have to start this is that today is the 75th anniversary of D-Day. June. This is a big June, right? 2 days ago was the 77th anniversary of the Battle of Midway. Today is 75 years for Operation Overlord. And then in 2 weeks, our show is going to fall on the 75th anniversary of the Battle of the Philippine Sea. So big month for Second World War. And we figured we're actually going to talk about the Normandy as well in book club, right? It's going to pop up.
In fact, both the Normandy, so here are two namesakes for those battles, just for bleeps and giggles. But there's the TCS Normandy, or same class of ship anyway. The TCS Normandy, the escort carrier that goes out with the Tarawa in the Fleet Action chapters we're reading right now. Yep. Spoiler warning: it doesn't come back specifically today.
Yep, not really a good day to have that chapter. Kind of not. Okay.
Appropriate, and then the Midway for Midway. So, but in fact, I think as we get to the book club, we're going to be talking about. I think both of those topics show up in Fleet Action.
Yes.
Because we learned about how they use the Midway trick to.
Yeah, they described that.
They described that.
Now, am I forgetting or am I confusing? Is there a Midway class that's the Philippine Sea, or is it just Mistral Sea?
I know there's a Mistral Sea. I know that Captain Johnny had a whole list of them that we.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I just popped in my head right now. Now, we should have thought of that before, but...
Well, let me check. Why don't you
I will continue,
keep the pattern going?
I'll continue going, yes. So we, so this month we have all of those in there. Yeah, I feel like there was one or something. I feel like it was one of the carriers listed, but yes. Yeah, we don't know either, Johnny. We're trying to figure that as we go. I think it might have just been Mistral, and I just might be hallucinating.
Mistral C is the one that's mentioned in the ISIS manual.
Yes, but then which one?
There is a list of.
There's one. I remember the list that we had been sent, but yes. So a lot of big anniversaries, and once he finds this, we're also in honor of today. We thought it would be appropriate to share General Eisenhower's speech to the troops beforehand.
Here, I've got pulled up the list here. So.
Oh, nice. I think I did that. I probably did.
TCS Midway.
Yep.
Battle of Midway. TCS Mistral C. That's, of course, the battle site from where the Concordia
goes
crashes
down.
in Wing Commander 3. Tafanda Bay, which I don't know. It feels Star Wars-y.
That doesn't ring a bell for me.
Coral Sea.
Yep, it makes sense. Jutland.
Battle Jutland. Ptolemain's Rift.
That's going to be a play on Bork's
one.
Or that's a play on Rourke's Rift, or the one where the British annihilate the Zulu warriors.
Enyo 3, Bataan, Tripoli, and Port Braun. So,
okay. So no
the
Philippine
answer to your question
Sea.
is no Philippine Sea.
Wait. Oh no, it's a TCS Leyte Gulf in Fleet Action at.
Yeah, there's a Leyte Gulf.
Yes, there's a Leyte Gulf. That's right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, Johnny says it's a Star Wars reference.
That's right. The Tofanda Bay.
Yes.
Yes, it's.
Is it like Botany
It's like
Bay?
boxed in my mind next to Star Wars.
Oh, I gotcha.
All right.
So should we have? And so this is the speech that went out. Eisenhower, of course, famously before D-Day prepared a success and failure message, and he also prepared this message, which is the general order given to the troops just before they commenced the assault that evening. So D-Day actually starts early last night when the paratroopers go over and get blown to the wind, unfortunately, and then the first Allied assaults this morning. So let's see what
there's your video.
Yes.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, you are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. In company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine, the elimination of Nazi tyranny over the oppressed peoples of Europe, and security for ourselves in a free world. Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well-trained, well-equipped, and battle-hardened. He will fight savagely. But this is the year 1944. Much has happened since the Nazi triumphs of 1940-41. The United Nations have inflicted upon the Germans great defeats in open battle, man to man. Our air offensive has seriously reduced their strength in the air and their capacity to wage war on the ground. Our home fronts have given us an overwhelming superiority in weapons and munitions of war, and placed at our disposal great reserves of trained fighting men. The tide has turned. The free men of the world are marching together to victory. I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck, and let us all beseech the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking.
All right.
So yes, that was General Eisenhower's famous order to the troops about the Great Crusade they're about to go on, and some of the images in that are Eisenhower preparing the troops. There's one of the famous ones where he's talking to members of the 101st, where the press under that picture actually have the caption saying, "Total victory, nothing less," when in reality he was actually talking to those paratroopers about fly fishing, trying to help them calm down before they jump behind enemy lines. But yes, we salute those who 75 years ago stormed the beaches of Europe for us.
The only slightly wing commandery thing that I come out of with the whole experience is, because we actually talked about how could we do a segment on this. There's not really a D-Day style amphibious assault wing commander. Everything is super Pacific based, or something like the Ferrec, and the stuff in the actual game called Crusade is still, it's the actual amphibious assault is done quietly, and so there was no direct allegory.
Unfortunately,
but you were mentioning Saving Private Ryan earlier.
Yes.
And you mentioned how young Vince Vaughn was.
Or Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel, yes. Which struck me as interesting because that was that same year that he auditioned to be Blair in the Wing Commander movie.
Which is weird, because it's so weird seeing him, because he's like a young, goofy guy in that as Caparzo.
He could have taken Freddie Prinze's career trajectory.
Wow.
He's streaming right now.
And Freddie Prinze could be Fast and Furious, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Family.
All right, let's go to space then. News.
Yes, I look at that. The fastest. Woo! That's like the fastest afterburner we've ever done.
See, I was all busy all weekend, so I wasn't taking apart Wing Commander stuff. But next week, we're going to have some good stuff.
That's true. Yes, because, no Big Quill next week, so we got to fill something in. All right.
Space news time.
It's a giant planet.
And this giant planet right here is the most exciting Wing Commander news we've had in a little while. The great Dennis Loubet, the artist behind a lot of the art in Wing Commander 1, including the box art, he has for a while now had an art store online where he sells Ultima related stuff, replicas of Ultima paintings he's done and different 3D onks that he has printed through Shapeways. And for a while now, we've been saying, Dennis, you got to do something Wing Commander. Give us something to buy. And he has finally done that. He has modeled the Pewter Planet medal, which he himself made years ago for Claw Marks, as a 3D pin that you can purchase through his Shapeways store. We're just testing it now. So this is his first iteration. Yep. I have ordered one. It had, in fact, just shipped earlier today. And we're going to figure out if it's right. But it's an authentic Wing Commander Medal of Honor that you can have yourself, and that is so incredibly cool. I'm so excited about that.
Are you going to show off the part that did come for you, though?
Right, here's the actual medal. And the dolling from Claw Marks as colorized in the Sega CD version. Yep. So I went out there on the internet and I...
It's just amazing that you found it so quickly, though.
In fact, I found one that I bought and I was like, oh wait, here's an even better one.
Oh jeez.
But look, I have the actual ribbon to match the game when it gets here. And I bought like 3 yards of this. So anybody out there who is buying one of Dennis's medals through Shapeways, hit me up and I'll give you a little bit of ribbon.
Or, use something to tie down. He's got 3 yards of it. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of ribbon.
It's a lot of ribbon.
There's a lot of ribbon. Yes.
An actual Wing Commander medal you can buy. Hopefully he'll go on and do the different stars. I mean, you really just have to do one 3D star and you put it in different colors.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
It's a good day for fake medals.
There you go. You're going to have to get yourself a Space Marshal one, too.
Next up, Defiance Industries is at it again. I mean, he's at it consistently, but he has a new model of Wing Commander 3's Southampton-class destroyer, and as always, it's just beautiful stuff. Yep. He has a variant color scheme in there for the Border Worlds, as in Wing Commander 4.
Border World or Lowlifes.
Just beautiful stuff.
Yep. It's hard not to love it.
Yeah, I will never get tired of seeing those Wing Commander 3 capital ships.
Yep. They have a different flair than the other ones, but I don't know. You just love them.
This guy. Third up, here's his name.
Air Sea Pirate Nisai.
Who has been making this incredible RC Hornet, has now made available a set of decals for it, which you can download and print for your own RC Hornet.
I guess we'll have to do that someday, huh?
Yeah, we're going to have to learn how to build one of these, I think.
Yeah. Your street's long and straight, so we got plenty of runway. I'm sure Rockville won't mind at all.
They were cool about us leaving a giant pod out there for a week.
There you go, yeah. It's all good.
Last but not least, Admiral Maverick has a new edition of his player handbook for his Commander Air Group, which is his Wing Commander tabletop game. So if you want some more tabletop rules, that's the way to get them.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to say we really missed you last week.
Thanks.
You didn't get to sing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate. Well, listen, I did tune in once I had service again, because being in the mountains, you don't have a lot of service. So I did watch, and I know that I have to, really prove myself today to make sure I keep my co-host seat.
Well, I've always thought
I like it to warm for me.
I mean, it seems like the mountains should be closer to the cloud than anything else. You should have a better connection.
Well, it's funny you say that, because whenever we did get out onto some promontory, suddenly everybody's phone would start going crazy because suddenly it had service again after not having it, because we were in the line of sight of towers, and the second you hike off of it, gone. But yeah, I will say, and this is not a free pitch, but I have AT&T, not so good. Verizon, my friends were getting service in places where I'm like, I don't even understand. I don't get where it's coming from. Like, they were FaceTiming their wives on 7 miles from a road. It was crazy. Yeah.
Well,
I think it's
with
time.
Here's our next ship.
Jeez, that's why you did that. You were ready to shove that thing. What is that? A staple? That's supposed to hold wires together? What the hell is going on here? Is that upside down?
It's kind of a cross. Cross we must bear.
Well, that's definitely the truth. Not, it's a different design, not the prettiest, though.
So this is the Gendavi.
Gendavi. Hey.
I don't know what accent we're doing or why we're doing it.
I think because I feel like it's Gendavi. It strikes me as kind of a half, like a Mediterranean Italian. Gendavi.
Well, it means absolutely nothing. There are some folks with this surname, but there's no use of this word anywhere on the internet. It's another privateer ship name that doesn't tell us anything. But this is the PR-04 Gendavi Light Fighter, which is the next in our exciting in fact, I think this may be the halfway mark in our exciting cavalcade of privateer 2 ships. So thanks for sticking with us with our most popular segment ever.
Yes, so much mail about it.
So this guy costs 45,000 credits. It's kind of an odd jump backwards because last week we saw a heavy fighter, which was the PR-03.
Yep.
And you didn't see a PR-03 last week.
I watched it. Right when I got home. That's one of the first things I did.
So it's an odd jump back to a light fighter.
Yep.
It was part of the same series as the Aurora, the Shaman, the Icarus, and so on.
It looks like a kit bash almost of those. It's got like the wingtip ends of the Shaman, and then the big. They love that keel blade though on a lot of them.
They do.
They really do.
And the odd thing about this ship in general is that it's incredibly slow. Its top speed is 280, which is very odd for a light fighter. Its afterburner is 560. I mean, it barely outruns a Ferret.
Yeah, what the hell's that about?
Yeah. But it's also incredibly maneuverable for a privateer 2 ship. 75 DPS all around. It has heavy shields and armor, 500 shields, 650 armor. It's just it's a strange little linchpin in the system where it is slow like a heavy fighter, maneuverable like a light fighter, and armored like a high-end medium fighter.
So after you described that, the first phrase that came to mind is, "Oh, this is where they get the inspiration for sit on it and rotate, huh? Like this thing can spin everywhere, but it's not going anywhere."
Yeah, that's where that came from.
Yes, so clearly the Gendavi inspired that. I mean, I do kind of like the paint scheme. It's got a lot of surfaces to give it some cool flair, but...
Yeah, I like the yellow nose bit.
I'm not sure how I feel about that cockpit, though. It just looks like a plug or a hole. It looks like an outlet.
It has kind of an industrial sense to it, like the cab of a tractor.
Yeah, like it's plugging into something, like you're unloading stuff. All right, what's it got?
So weapons, three Flux 2 lasers, Flux Beam Mark 2s.
Okay.
I say. Missiles. It has a snipe missile at level 3.
Okay.
A Python. No, it's not a Python. It's a Brute. Oh, my missiles are in the wrong order here.
Oh, no.
There we go. A Brute.
Scratch the show.
Brute at level 3, and then 2 Pythons at level 5 and 7.
Okay.
We have the right missiles, wrong order. And then it has 4 component slots, and by default, that's a Decoy Mark II.
Okay.
A set of high-X mines.
You gotta love them.
And a BSE, which is we have not seen this in so many Privateer 2 NPC ships, but this is the computer virus thing.
Yeah, the broadcaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen the other one, the thing that prevents this from working.
The antivirus.
Yeah, but a bunch of the higher-end ships in Privateer 2 NPCs will get this at level 5 in this case, so...
That's right.
Yeah. You want to get to your favorite part?
Let's do it. Yeah, I know. I saw that that my fill-in host, she was like, "What do you mean? You didn't explain it well enough that you're trying to say these are going to be like C-3PO and R2-D2."
Yeah.
And instead, it's
I-456 312M.
Yes. Have you seen him lately?
Private vessel, 7-year service, license to travel in Ireland system only.
Oh.
Serving a 1-year ban in home and 2 years in Isaac. So this guy's been getting into trouble.
Well, it's not like it's going to take him a year to get there anyways with those speeds. A dump.
And with the same exact image, we've got we got R467 673F.
Oh, yeah.
Private vessel, 5 years service, license to travel in all non-restricted Confederation space.
Okay.
And those are the only 2 that have database entries. We do have a third image from the database because one of the entries about a Drakkar shows a Gendavi instead because of all the name confusion.
Aren't you a little old to be wearing Drakkar? That's for teenagers.
Is it? Is that what that's?
Never mind. Yes, the cologne. Never mind. We'll talk about this later.
That's D93-3560.
I think that paint scheme is kind of. I like that one.
That's where the one you fly with, I think.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's too bright. I don't like the burnt orange, but I do like it's the more subtle yellow, like sunset yellow, the purple, the blue. That's good. I like that one.
Yeah, it's the Civi one.
not bad.
And I've gone too far back in my slideshow.
Oh, no.
Dead air.
There's no... Whoa. Dead air on this program? Everything's live.
So we've got a single wingman who flies the Gendavi.
Okay.
Cincante Dolores.
Not Cortana.
Not Cortana.
For those who get the Blue Lady joke.
But the lady in the picture is Julia Chapman from the Privateer 2 team.
Okay.
And she's a diplomat who became a mercenary. Her father was a famous cruiser captain.
I like her quote.
You want to read her quote?
Because it just is, okay?
And again, that's
Nice.
probably a joke that means something to the Privateer 2 development team. And new
Yeah, it's... Hey, Julie, why is it like this? Because it is, okay? I'm guessing it's kind of like more like an exclamation point instead of a question mark for them. It is. It looks like a fastener, though. It really looks like you should be holding something with it.
Kind of like
wires.
a Phillips head ship.
Yeah! Yeah, it looks like some weird screw attachment you'd put on the underside of a stereo or something that only has that one purpose.
Well, let's
Take it for a spin?
moment and see how far this guy can get. I'm going to say last week we flew the...
You got a long distance.
We got a long distance, and the ship was so much more fun to fly than the light ships we've been flying. I've noticed that because of the way we have the ships organized, we've been doing the crummier ones first, and we're going to hit the Frage and the more famous Privateer ships toward the end. And it's kind of been a struggle with some of these ships flying from point to point. They just suck.
Yeah. So what you're telling me is that we should, next time when we do this in 7 years and we repeat the cycle, that we should mix up the ships then, because that will change the song. We'll get some variety.
No, as I've been playing, I've been I kind of rue the idea of playing a playthrough of Privateer 2 because I keep jumping in at this level and it's a pain to fly.
Yeah,
but
this is going to be kind of a dumpster. Now,
but as I flew one last week with the fancy guns.
Yep.
And everything else, it was a joy to fly. It was fun to kill the pirates. And
yeah, no, it looks like you were having a much better time. You were getting really lucky there.
Well, you weren't there. So.
That's all right. Clearly, that was the reason why. I think you're slightly off caliber
joystick there.
But yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, at least we've been kind of, just getting these out of the way at the same time, though. Because, I mean, let's be serious. You're not... very few people are spending time on any of these ships. Instead, you might use one of whatever, like one medium fighter just to have something a little bit better, and then you're getting out of it.
So here's our external view.
Interesting. The green cockpit is
I think it's kind of common in this game. They use green to represent
but it's just
transparent.
It's weird because that's right where that like port was, or that vent or whatever, the fuel connection.
So let's start jumping. That's one.
That's one. So let's see. So you're cruising at a really, really slow rate here.
Yeah, that's two.
Yep. But you can really spin. Alright, got some demons.
Some Trigians. You did miss a good one last week where we looked at the VDUs for the pirates and saw that they are actually pretty distinct per clan.
Yeah, I did. No, I did my homework and made sure to watch our program. I noticed that even though in the heat of the moment you might not notice it, but lined up with each other, yeah, you definitely see the difference.
One thing I like about this guy, I mean, this ship sucks, but I like the gun placement. That lower boom has one of the guns on it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're never going to close on this guy, but you at least can almost always keep him in your sights with that high rate of turn. Why you would ever purchase this? Just because I guess it's thinking more if it's your style of ship as opposed to the stats. Really?
It does offer a different kind of gameplay because dogfights are different in this guy.
Yeah, you never have to worry about outrunning people or flying by them. I mean, it feels like this guy's going half speed. Oh jeez. Yeah. Yep. You pissed off a lot of people.
Well, let's.
Oh, you got some shuttles? How many shuttles?
Fleet of shuttles.
A skull. And then, who else is there? Is that CIS with you? There's at least two friendlies.
He's got a civilian out there.
Somebody's got a big load of guns.
I'm gonna throw my missiles at this guy.
Alright.
He's skulled nicely.
Check their crowd.
2 street shuttles.
Death by shuttle. Ay. Which is such a weird thing, you know?
But I do really like the gun placement with the 1 laser center line on that lower boom, so I'm pulling in some cash here.
So you're he's plus 1ing it for the 3rd gun placement. Which, yeah, I mean, it is... It does look like something that should go really slow with this spin.
Nope, we killed a civilian. But by the way, the engines are terrible. I run out of gun juice very quickly. Scientific technical term there, gun juice.
Yes, your capacitors do not hold a good charge here. And especially since I've noticed, you're not even using your afterburners because there's really no point to just be burning through anything really quickly. Really quickly. This is one more I wonder, how many people actually bother to buy this ship? I'm sure there's people out there that actually probably did the crazy thing and bought went through
1 to 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, my goodness, that must have been a slog. That's one hell of a grind,
Oh, I noticed a question from the chat earlier as we were starting up, which was about the talons from the intro, which was Trillian was asking why they have an eye on them. The eye is the symbol of the retro Church of Man. It's mentioned in the little story at the start of Privateer, but also if you see their temple in Righteous Fire, it's got
a big eye.
A big, giant, creepy eye.
Just like the dollar bill. It's a symbol.
Just like the dollar bill, yeah.
It's a symbol. Creepy.
Well, no one has been doing a good job with these shuttles, unfortunately.
Well, I'm shocked. Well,
good, there's another skull. Another skull came.
I was going to say, can you even catch those shuttles? They're probably going to outrun you going to half speed. I mean, I forget what their rate is, but right now it's not looking so good.
Afterburner. I mean, do I want to catch her is the question, because I don't know, man. Yeah, I killed a shuttle. Okay.
Well, yeah, they probably were like, look at this slow target. This guy's not going to screw with us. And apparently, yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Nice ranged kill on a shuttle. There you go.
Well, hey. That's great.
Here we go. These guns are pretty nice.
Your Flux Beam Mark IIs?
Yeah, Flux Beam Mark IIs.
I just look at one more.
2 more, I think.
2 more? Oh. No, the other one's a civilian.
I think there's a skull around here somewhere, too.
I think he might have bounced.
That would be a joy. No, that's me.
No, I know, but... Oh, just shooting one gun. Why is only one?
Because I run out of power.
Oh, jeez, I couldn't see the capacitor. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, we've been making fun of this guy's.
I mean, listen, this is not a ship. It's a turret. It's a 360 or whatever you call it. It's a complete all-around turret that just spins and moves very, very slowly. You're like one of those laser mines in Wing Commander 4, with just a bit more maneuverability.
I once hacked this game to let me fly the little man. He goes at 50 kps and he has one laser cannon.
So what are you trying to compare this thing to to one guy here? You trying to say something?
There's all sorts of ways to live in the tri-system.
I gotcha. Well, yes, everything's different in the tri-system. I love how what the hell? He must be shooting at the civilian, right?
Yeah, he's.
Oh wow! I don't know how that.
Yeah, we still got a skull.
Where? Oh, where's he hiding? No, he's messing with the civvy. Interesting. Quiet crowd this evening. I think they all went off with Captain Johnny to go skate and drink birthday whiskey.
Yeah, if anybody else out there has any questions or wants to chat, say, hey, okay, we're jumping.
No, that's 3. Oh, that looks like 2 big clusters of red. Oh no, those are stars
star.
seen through the radar.
Another problem with virtual cockpit. That's 4.
Yeah, and especially because they always line up right there on those same
5.
damn 2 red dots. Same 2.
Military 6.
Same 2.
7. Good.
Where'd you set yourself to go to?
8. I just said 122. I don't know. Oh no, I said I went to one of the pirate bases.
Okay.
9.
You are, everybody's like, don't bother with this guy. What a waste of time.
That's 10.
Oh my god.
11.
There you go.
Alright, Krell. What the Krell?
It's Isabel. Wow, you got that guy. I feel like you didn't put a lot into him, but he just broke it
No,
apart.
these guns seem very good.
Yeah, you're
Compared
definitely...
to the lasers.
Yeah, you're definitely eating through these guys pretty well. I mean, yeah, look at that.
12.
Just toasted that guy with hardly a few shots. Nope. Hardly touched that guy.
Incoming missile. Starboard armor critical. Forward shield critical.
You didn't
Impact
mention that
overheating.
the only wingman for hire who flies this vessel's father died in a shaving accident.
No, I did not.
Following his death in a shaving accident, she returned to her original vocation where she was a solid and reassuring natural blonde wingman. Interesting. Okay.
13.
Okay. Well, look, this is one of those kind of sort of deep thought questions.
What is it?
What are our preference? Sprite-based or polygon-based FMV? So basically Armada and before, or Wing Commander 3 and after.
For full motion video versus the cartoons, I guess.
Yes.
My preference has always been for the animated. I like the style. I like what it lets you do with the story. You're not beholden to some particular actor for a role, and I don't think it's much more scalable than 15. Much more scalable than the full motion video ones were. 'Cause, after a while, you can't get Mark Hamill. You can't keep telling stories, but once you make your Mark Hamill kit, you can have all the Mark Hamill you want.
Well, there you go. There you go. That's one way to think about it, certainly. I would have to say... I like the sprite base for storytelling, but I also very much love full critical what it can do. Creator Prophecy, Secret Ops.
Ooh, 15.
Toasted.
That's so bad. This was actually a pretty good ship.
Whoa. You had a pretty good run.
I had a good run.
Let's not get crazy. It's a good ship all of a sudden. It's a spinning turret is what she is. But yeah, that was the gun. I think of the guns. Mm-hmm. Having 3 Flux Beam Mark IIs made that ship excel. Mm-hmm. But yes.
So with that, it's time to go to the ship grid. And you know what this means.
It means I need to first.
You're there. Okay. Ready for this?
Oh, wait.
I've lost the plot. Oh, Privateer 2's got a lot of spaceships.
Privateer 2's got a lot of spaceships. Privateer 2's got a lot of spaceships. Early in the morning.
Chinchilla get those skulls from an Aurora.
The chinchilla get those skulls from an Aurora. Chinchilla get the skulls from an Aurora. Early in the morning.
shaman, she's a cheap little bastard.
The shaman, she's a cheap little bastard. Shaman, she's a cheap little bastard.
Early in the morning.
Oh my god, it's a long one.
Carnan's got those tiny engines.
Carnan's got those tiny engines. Carnan's got those tiny engines.
Early in the morning. Gendivi is just too slow.
The Gendivi is just too slow. Gendivi is just too slow.
Gendivi in the morning.
Look at that twist you threw in
yeah.
there. Oh my god, those
There you
names
go.
are not rolling off the tongue
Okay,
any
well,
easier.
now that we've done that, we're going to do this. Whoosh! And so what is that? 8, 9 out of... halfway there.
It's
Halfway there.
Whoa! We're halfway there. Yep. Privateer. The summer of Privateer is here.
So last time around, we let Allie play some Wing Commander Academy. She set her
Yes.
record, and it's time to let you do the same.
All right. What are you gonna do? You want me to start first?
Yeah. Let's.
All right. Let's do that.
you do. But before that happens, let me just start the game while we cover this dead air.
Dun, 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 dun.
Say, boss, what is a gauntlet?
Dun, 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 dun. It's something you wear in your hand and you punch stuff with, right?
Can't disagree.
And not to be confused with a goblet which is what you drink out of.
No.
Yeah, you like
All right. So to cover our jumping from seat to seat, I'm going to start a video.
Oh, you are fancy. I was like,
Yeah.
how is he going to do this here?
How am I going to change your seats? Well, I've got a
Hold on,
video.
ready? It's magic.
This is a Game Trailers interview with Sean Penny about Wing Commander Arena from
Hey,
about,
Sean.
X number of years ago. More years than it should have been. 13 years ago? 12 years ago? Anyway, here he is.
It would have been a while.
We're going to switch seats right now.
12 years. No, you unmuted.
Wing Commander Arena is about 16-player, online, multiplayer, space dogfighting. That's the core of the experience. We have single-player modes as well, but really the meat of the experience is in the 8-on-8 team battles and the 16-player free-for-all battles. We have a variety of game modes in Wing Commander. So one of them is called Capital Ship versus Capital Ship. And in this mode, you and 7 friends get together with your capital ship, which is a massive battle cruiser, and go up against 8 other guys who have their own battle cruiser. So it's Confederation versus Kilrathi. When you get these 2 capital ships coming across from each other, sending broadsides at each other, and you've got 16 ships in the middle all dogfighting. It's truly spectacular.
Not that one.
In true Wing Commander fashion, communication
which
is going to be
ship-
important.
which ship
part of
are you
it.
gonna go
We've
with
got
to set your
team
record?
chat for the team battles. So you and 7 of your buddies get together, and you can talk amongst yourselves using team chat. Your opponents can't hear you. In terms of the arcade experience, if you're going to compare this to other arcade games that are out there
All
right
right,
now,
let's do this
there is
thing.
no comparison. Depth of play, the
was
beauty
gonna
of
say,
our environments, 16-player
complete
multiplayer,
differently than I do. You have this thing
speak.
made
I mean,
all.
there's nothing to compare to it out there right now. Bang for buck, I don't care what we price it at you. There won't be anything that'll give you the value this game will give you. Come and play Wing Commander. It's the best thing on Xbox Arcade.
I know, yeah.
So, I'm here in the extra seat. If anybody has any questions while Dunderdall here takes on the gauntlet.
Okay. No, I want gauntlet.
Level 1, Wave 1.
No warm-up.
It's like the Wing Commander 2 version of the Rapier. It's an update to the classic Rapier, but it's still kind of a pain. It does not have that all-knowing superiority like the original Rapier did.
I think I may have... Okay. I was wondering for a second if I had... There we go. I had the keyboard problem there for a minute. It wasn't.
Sebastian says that last week he got his 3DO working again, and he's back to playing Super Wing Commander and Wing Commander 3. That is awesome. We are hoping to do Wing Commander 3 3DO as part of our 25th anniversary Wing Commander 3 celebration that we're going to start later this year. Because if anybody out there has not played the 3DO version of Wing Commander 3, it is significantly different from the PC one. They basically redesigned every single mission.
I like how bright my head is because of the light's right on.
You have a naturally shiny head. It's nothing.
No, it's just funny because it's funny to see it on this side. This is all wings or behind all wings.
You just keep killing them space cats.
All about them cats. About them cats. No Mantu. No Mantu.
Alright, you're getting through it faster than Allie. Do that.
That's years of combat, man.
Don't even need an ITTS.
Nope, that's why I chose this one. This is a true artist ship. Which means that most likely I'll fly into the side of something. Also just going with the... I'm glad whatever the bottom button on this stick is doesn't do anything because I keep hitting it accidentally quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't have it hooked up to it.
Yeah, that's good because I'm slamming it unintentionally all the time. Because I'm trying to figure out a way to make this thing so I don't, break your arm or break my own arm with the resistance on this bad boy. Which eventually we will do when we go, we were going to take a tour of all the Thrustmasters.
It's going to be a thrustful evening.
Well, let's... Yes!
Wave 2! You've not passed Allie yet. You changed your guns a lot. That's interesting.
Oops, wrong game. I like to just use particles. Mm-hmm. Although in this, I guess I probably could use all of them because, it's not just one or two ships, so you don't have to worry about that a lot. But I've been playing a lot of standoff lately, where in Prophecy and Secret Ops, gunpowder goes a wee bit quicker.
Wave 2. Yeah, and the differences are not just the mission layouts in Wing Commander 3 3DO. There's different weapons. Instead of a leech missile, you have something called the vampire missile that sucks holes in enemy shields. The game does not have any of the ground missions, but they replace them with these little space turret assault missions where you attack these little newly added cube ships. It's absolutely fascinating, and really my hope is that we're going to do a whole run of shows where we do Wing Commander 3 on the PC,
Yep.
Wing Commander 3 on the 3DO, and then we do a book club for the novel chapter that goes along with that series, and
there you go.
That's the way to celebrate Wing Commander 3's 25th to me. That'd be good.
It sounds like a good call.
Yeah. We could even pay that service where you get to talk to Ginger Lynn. Be like, oh, we didn't want to do like a sex thing. We were just hoping you'd tell us about Wing Commander. So she was advertising that on her Twitter the other day.
Mm-hmm. And you follow her just for science.
She's very nice. She's a very nice person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think prouder of her time in Wing Commander than most of the other actors. So. Well, can't complain about that.
Nope. Oh, you SOB.
Ooh, yeah, Rapier versus Jalki is one of those, like, it's kind of like a classic Warbird pairing.
Yeah, and I'm keeping my, I didn't go full speed just because of, I just got my real shields, damn it.
Well, you can imagine somewhere there's an air museum with a Rapier and a Jalki,
Yeah.
positioned in combat forever at the top of their...
Yeah, like
their
a Zero and a
Hellcat.
Hellcat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a Messerschmitt and a Spitfire. I agree with you, sir.
Trulaine says that he played Wing Commander on the Super Nintendo first, and he does not feel like replaying that. It is difficult to go back to the Super Nintendo version, but you can in a pinch. It takes a little bit of getting used to. Since the Super Nintendo version is the one that's included with EA Replay, and I don't really ever have a problem with the PSP one.
Sorry, no. His taunt was, "I will lick your blood with my claws," which really, not. Oh, I lost a gun somehow. Son of a beach! Oh, shiitake mushrooms.
That's one of your precious particle cannons.
Oh, re-energizing shields. I could use a little bit more than that right now.
Well, you gotta get through 2 more ways.
Son of a beach.
Yeah, so Super Nintendo version, it's
oh no!
tough
All
to
I
go
have
back
is laser
to, but not
cannons.
impossible.
Shit! Where the hell did
At least
I
they're
go?
close together.
Damn it! And I got well, at least they're Straka. That's nothing.
Sneeze those to death.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the Straka are fun to fight, but also very underwhelming in that it takes nothing to destroy them.
So in, I think 2 or 3 weeks, Allie and I are going to go spend a week at the beach. Her mom has a beach house she rents, and we're going to go stay there for a little bit. And the Wi-Fi gods willing, connectivity, if it happens, we're going to do a remote show for All Wings Considered. So we'll still have a show that week. But we figured we would focus it on portable Wing Commanders. So we'll bring a couple of Game Boy Advances, and we'll have a Prophecy match. We'll bring the PSP game, and we'll play that version of Wing Commander 1. So we'll see the Super Nintendo version soon. I have also been slowly going through and formatting the comparison of the scripts, Wing Commander 1 PC and Super Nintendo, just to show all the different censorship notes, and there are some great ones which you will see in a little bit. One I just saw recently was that there is that mission in Port Hedland where you're supposed to escort the TCSO show, and Maniac keeps interrupting this transport is carrying vital supplies, and Maniac interrupts the briefing, and vital babes. And you can't mention babes in the Super Nintendo. So it's
sorry, no.
Oh no, I thought you died.
No. I just I've got 2 freaking laser cannons. Oh, I got ferrets.
Ooh.
Yep, this is going to be a little bit of a little bit of a problema, because they're. Oops, I just blew up the missile, I think.
Sebastian says we should bring a model of the destroyed Concordia to the beach. We absolutely should.
There you go, just throw it in the ocean?
Yeah, well,
there you go. Mom, can you just hold the camera and just take a picture of us making out right here? Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Well, point of fact. It seems like that's the same beach set, but it's not.
That's right.
Angel and Blair kiss at a different beach than the one where the Concordia crashes, and you can compare them. In fact, producer, let's check this out next week as a comparison to the.
They're both just sunsets. That's all.
It's just both beach sunsets, but they did build a different virtual set for each one.
Are you saying all beaches are the same?
No, one of them has rocks and the other doesn't.
Oh, there you go. God damn it! This is going to be a real pain in the ass.
Actually, there's some oddness about that scene in general. It was one of the first ones they did as a test shot was Paladin and Blair there on the beach looking out at the Concordia. And they tested different formats. Electronic Arts wanted to figure out how you make a game like this and keep it sustainable. So they tried, shoot it on Betacam, shoot it on 35mm film, and so on. And Joe Garrity of the Origin Museum actually has some of the raw 35mm film from that scene. So theoretically, we could do a restored version of Wing Commander 3 that has only that scene in 4K quality.
Where's this SOB going?
But another one we should look at next week when we look at that beach. Or maybe we should save it for when we do Beach Week. But pre-release screenshots of Wing Commander 3 have a different beach for that scene. Because they comp in a different one. And even it has a different ship for whatever reason. The pre-release shots of it have an arrow, and the game has a Hellcat. And
oh my god,
it's not clear why that is. But we'll show it to you.
This sucks. God, this sucks right now. These little bastards are too.
You can do it.
We can't do this all night long. We have book club to get to.
And Privateer. But we're only an hour in, and We budget these things for 7 hours.
That's right. God damn it. This is going to be a gigantic pain in the ass. Trying to get a lead on the little bastards is tough.
One tip would be to aim at them and hit them.
This is a one-seat ship. I don't need you, maniac, telling me what to do over here. I don't need you outside the sim talking into the cockpit, you jerk. You're not my chappie. It's an Iron Eagle reference for you.
Oh, I thought it was a reference to the movie Chappie.
No. Chappie Sinclair, man. Iron Eagle.
Chappie the robot from Chappie.
Yeah. I'm getting real angry at this. Shoot one of your friends instead, then. For a little while. You're pissing me off. Damn it.
Are there still 3 of them? Or
There's still 3. I'm hoping when they crash into each other, but I haven't been so lucky yet. I am hoping.
Good strategy.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, man. Sometimes in war, you just gotta do what you gotta do, you know? I mean, I want to dump these missiles, but I also know it's a waste. Problem is, they also, unless I do something stupid and just fly straight, they can't kill me.
Well, I believe this is the last nav point, so you'll get your
Yeah, I'm gonna get everything.
This,
everything's gonna be all right. The problem is,
no reason not to dump your missiles.
Oops, I just lost something.
You lost a missile.
Yeah, thank God. I was gonna say, if I lost a gun, I'm just gonna fly into this guy at 500 kps. Bonsai. Like those colonial pilots did with the Normandy. Damn it! One thing about this I'm not the biggest fan of. The flyby sound in this one is a little weird. You know, it's not the best one.
There's no TIE fighter. Sebastian says he forgot off the top of his head.
God, I hope
what is KPS short for? Kilometers per second. It is kilometers per second. Although specifically, Wing Commander uses a little bit of a vaguer concept that's kilometers per second relative. Because if you you can kind of see this in Wing Commander 1 and 2. If you target an enemy ship, as he's targeted that ferret right now, you can see it is X thousand meters away. Oh!
How did you get me?
I'm so sorry.
That's alright. 14.
Oh, you didn't get a high score like Allie did.
Oh no, I was just below, yeah.
Yeah.
That's alright. Well, we have 4,000 more to do.
Alright, well, do me a favor. I'll tab back to this,
Yes.
and
what do you need me to
we've got
do?
a little video of Hobbs to play while we switch seats.
Look at
Hobbs,
this.
You click that little eye right there.
Ready? This is my first time running the board, the big board.
Yeah.
Colonel, I am returning to my homeworld. But my admiration for you compels me to provide an explanation for my actions. You must understand that the Hobbs you knew was a construct, the result of an identity overlay experiment initiated long ago by Prince Thrakan. Lord Ralga Nahalas you have never truly met. I myself never met him until I heard the Prince utter your Kilrathi title, the Heart of the Tiger. This was the trigger that awakened my true personality, hidden for so many years. Once awakened by the words of my prince, I had no choice but to perform his bidding. Kilrathi do not surrender, nor do we betray. And yet, in being true to my kind, I have betrayed you. For I have watched you, Colonel, and know you are an honorable warrior. If we meet again, we will have no choice but to perform our duties with honor.
Now with audio, that was the very famous Hobbs scene cut from Wing Commander 3, and go coincidentally available only in the 3DO version and the PlayStation version, but not as exciting.
Yes.
So to finish answering the question, KPS does stand for kilometers per second. It's also kind of it's KPS relative. So if you notice when you're dogfighting a ship, the target is in meters, and when you look at a nav point, it's in kilometers. So you're somewhere on a kind of sliding scale that's simulating the speed to the player rather than...
It just makes it work. Yeah. That's all that means. Yes, there's not a lot...
I'm going to take on the gauntlet, see if I can get any of those ferrets.
All right, what are you in? Did you just take whatever it defaulted to?
No, I took this one.
No, you're going ferret for ferret, huh?
I'm a ferret boy.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound weird at all. But at least there you have...
Oh! I got hit by his dumbfire.
Well, that's that segment.
That's that segment.
That's what you get, son. That's what you get.
I did get the 875 points for killing him.
All right. Well, I guess it's trying to tell us it wants us to privateer.
Yes, let's get back to the Gemini sector.
So, all that segment solved was that everything is still the same.
Yes, everything is still the same.
Nothing has transpired.
No change. We'll try it again.
Yes, we will try it again.
So we're headed back to privateer.
You gotta get used to that stick, though. I gotta make sure next week before the show, I'm gonna play a few rounds before we start when we're making dinner and stuff.
Okay.
Get used to that warthog. It's a real pain in the ass. In a good way.
We do have a special edition for our privateer stream this week, thanks to Trelane. Now you see that counter down there, and above you, below me. That is a device he has created to measure our combined IQs. No, he's made us a little plug-in.
Wait, I have an idea.
Huh?
Ding.
Nope. He has made us a little addition that's going to measure our credit balance live in privateer.
Money.
Going to start up privateer in just a moment.
You've lost us.
No, I've got him. I am just checking to make sure we have the right saying. Okay, so it's A. All right, here we go.
Oh, I gotcha. All right, so this week our objectives are
make money,
right? We're gonna get some cash because we want an Orion, and we're also going to take all of you on a tour of the major bases of Gemini, and then a quick run through the different quadrants. Each quadrant does have a little bit of a personality.
It's a little flair.
Yeah. The top two more than the bottom two.
Load up on IR missiles.
Yep.
So let's ease into it with the average mission. Take some local missions.
Yep.
Cerberus.
Our counter looks good. It's running.
Delivery to Hector. Can we deliver plastics to the Troy system? That's a nice payoff.
Yeah. Where are you now?
I think we're due Detroit.
Oh hell yeah! Load her up.
Okay, let's do it.
And then
we have 2 in the. Oh, maybe we're in Perry, but
that's all right.
Okay, 3 in the Haiti system. No. Correct. We have 2 in the Haiti system. You know what? I'll take these 2. I'll take these 2. Destroy stuff in the Perry system.
All right, then just make sure and should load up since we're gonna do cargo. Might as well just. We're going to.
We're at a refinery. We're headed to mining.
So
probably not a good
food. Mining equipment. I believe here.
Yeah.
Should I check our privateer playtester's guide for more information?
Yeah, please.
All right. I believe mining equipment though will get you.
Well, that would make sense if mining equipment would go to a
mining base.
Yeah.
Yes. Where are you?
I'm gonna load up on the mining equipment.
All right, do that. Well, I'm trying to find where the one time I can't find the giant chart that I know is in here. Where are you? Fine, I'll just look it up, you jerks. Alright.
Oh, and our counter is working right. That's beautiful.
Yep, she is active. She is definitely active. Yeah, you should get a decent return. You're at a refinery?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at it. Hopefully we can get a decent return on it, I think.
Why did it have to be pirates?
I don't know. Why do you only have one? Oh, so why isn't it like,
Same reason in Pirate 2, actually. Because I'm low power in it.
I was gonna say, you don't want to spend your MREX. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh, I just gotta fly to Nav 2 now.
Yep. Yes. So yes, this evening we are doing, along with our money making, a tour of the entire sector. So we're gonna make sure to hit all the remaining unique bases. We'll probably just float by the Kilrathi systems, just because we don't want to end up in them and have major problems in our Tarsus. Oh wait, I just realized something we forgot.
What's that?
Zathras. We have to remember to get the.
Oh yeah, next week we do have to get.
Yes.
Have our producer.
Michael, can you write down? Just put Zathras shuttle, and then we'll remember what that is, because that's Zathras from Babylon 5. His shuttle looks disturbingly like a brown little Tarsus. Yes. But yes, we're gonna go through. So we still have to go through what. You've been to New Constantinople, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're at Perry. You did New Detroit. So it's Oxford. What other unique ones am I forgetting? I don't think there's any other ones. We've done pirate bases. So yeah, I think we just have to jump all the way to the corner to Oxford.
Check out Oxford. That's one to do for sure.
Yeah, we did New Constantinople. We did New Detroit.
Let's plan our trip back to Perry, or back to Troy. So we probably want to do New Detroit, New Constantinople, Junction, Penderstar, Troy.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a quicker way if you go up though? Let's see.
Isn't if you go across, or does that just go to Ferris?
So
Can you go Ferris and down?
Nexus. What is Nexus? Junction, Penderstar, Troy.
Yeah, I think they all have. You have to go. I think Junction, unless you go through the other way, which those are not fun. Capella, Fan,
No, those are not
War.
fun.
Those are all.
Alright,
those
well.
are not the funnest.
We have options though. Open world.
That's true. Yes.
You think Grand Theft Auto invented it? You're wrong.
That's true. Yes. So yes, we're gonna hit all those, and then we'll go through. We'll show how Potter probably the most built up and safest of all the quadrants. It has New Detroit, New Constantinople, and Oxford. So you have 3 of the unique bases there. Very few asteroids. I feel like the only asteroids are in Pentonville? Right around the pirate base? Got it? I feel like that might be the only asteroids in the entire quadrant.
You're about to suck.
Whereas then if you go to Ferris, that is the asteroid quadrant. So Wolf is now talking his way out of things.
Blind. Got it?
The rapid fire, because that's how you convince people to like you. You just rapid fire message them nonstop.
Please, for the love of God, leave me alone, please. Please. Maybe it's because you're so annoying that you leave me alone.
I feel like I would, if I was a pirate, I'd just kill you. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me.
I'm disappointed that our counter does not go up live when we complete a mission, but that's got to be more how the game stores credits than anything else.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, here we are in New Constantinople. We want to jump to Junction.
Yep.
Easiest pie.
Troy Junction, what's your function? Hooking together the Potter and Humboldt quadrants.
Let me know if you had trouble in my quad.
Yeah, that's right.
This is all your quad, man?
I remember when I was a kid and he'd say that, and I was like, how come you didn't help me with like the 50 pirates that were just shooting me down, you jerk?
By the way, Scout noticed this dune joke. Whenever you contact the bases and you're not in range, you just get a bunch of options for jokes.
Yeah.
And New Constantinople does indeed have a dune joke there. My name is a killing word.
Okay. Yes, yeah, you only get paid when you land, because that's when it's technically complete, yes. Because you can screw yourself in Privateer if you get a cargo mission and you land not at the destination, you then lose said mission.
Now we want to go to Pender Star, which is a piratey system, so that's...
And yeah, that's if there's one part of the privateer UI that kind of stinks a little bit, it is the navigational computer with how you have to go kind of one way around it with that button. You know, there's...
Yeah, a modern, like, 3D one would be pretty cool, where you could...
Yeah, no,
shape
not
your
even that.
trip.
Just have one where you could have the whole sector out, and you can see the major jump lines.
Or even if you just had, like, route finding, like you do in Privateer 2. That,
Yeah, that would be good. It definitely would be good. But yeah, that's the only thing I think that... that was one thing that used to drive me insane. I couldn't figure that out as a kid. God, I love that. And you just feel so happy when you jump someplace new.
I didn't see you, and you're blind. Got it?
Probably you telling his mother as a joke. I love the future. We got lady pirates too.
I will say the level 2 shield really
Yep,
helps
this
with
meat
the
happened. We got no problem.
with the pirate begging. Because when I had level 1, they could cause some damage before.
That is true.
Keep your eyes peeled for trouble, Ace.
Asteroid fields, man, no fun.
Unless you know the trick.
Still not fun.
No, it's still not fun, especially on a joystick like that where it's got a lot of resistance. So
no, this is helping with my physical therapy.
There you go. That's what I was gonna say. That's right. You know. Yeah. Actually, on my trip, my poor right hand just got beat to death. I got a big blister the very first day we were there cleaning out our fire pit, and then I glanced against a rock that apparently was made of razor blades that sliced my fingers open.
It's no fun.
Yeah, it wasn't. They were just surface cuts, and I was like, it's not gonna matter. And we were hiking back down from the top of that old fire tower, and I was like, why does my hand feel sticky? And that was why. All I know is it was interesting to take a luxury SUV places that clearly, unless you're a rich person and you can do that to your luxury SUV to do those things to it. All right, nice demon.
Trouble brewing.
Not a bad little ship.
It would be cool to be one of the mercenaries who goes out with a couple other guys in demons.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotta be like the motorcycle gang of the privateer world.
Yeah, and and what is it? It only has 2 guns, but it has the 3 missiles.
Yeah.
So, imagine that. Imagine ripping out 3. What do you even need 3 MREX for? Even a Centurion does. You can do pretty well.
Guthrie killing.
Yeah, Guthrie killing. Kamekin. I'm going Kamekin today. I'm gonna figure out, for some reason, I don't know why we seem unstable today. We're moving something behind us.
Yeah, it must have
shifted. I don't know what. We haven't touched anything over there since we put it over there a few months ago. Who knows? Yes, the galaxy. Yep. Yes, our plan after 2. We're gonna do this big tour today and make all this money to get our Orion, and then next week we're gonna start the plot. But we're gonna break up the plot and not just do the one big grind. Instead, start in an Orion, and then we might do some mercenary missions, and then actually switch to a galaxy and do some other stuff. We're gonna do some smuggling for the pirates, so a lot of drug running between different bases, find the most profitable routes and things like that, and we'll do other type runs that people want. You can shut down your poor shields. Down one there.
I did that intentionally so I could afterbird.
Oh, okay, I got you. You're trying to outrun him, I see. Yeah, we're going to try to break up the plot a little bit so we can have some fun and make sure we try all 3 ships in different ways. Right, because actually flying a galaxy can be a lot of fun. Doing the cargo runs and stuff like that. It's a pretty good ship. Hey! All right, we just clicked up to 94,000.
Nice.
Yep. All right.
Very nice.
Yep.
Nothing to repair.
That's good. Just some MREX.
New MREX and
not bad. You only went 10. It's not bad. $2,500. That's. Hey, it's a tax write-off. Cost of doing business.
By the way, you joined the guilds while you were
away. Yep. Which, yes, I read about how this was confusing to some of our younger players who didn't understand how CD-ROMs load and things like that. Yep. Oh, geez, what was that to Pendar Star for almost 17K?
It was Kirathi Assassin.
Oh, geez, never mind. I didn't see that part. That's right, yes, and don't forget to sell your mining equipment as well that we upload.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Darind, we're not related. For a second, I thought it said done something. What we got?
Oh, 8,000 to go back to New Detroit.
Okay. Wait, Hector 5. It's not bad. Who is
That's
it?
a patrol for 5.
For 7, that's not bad. And you throw in
I
2.
could do a patrol.
Then you throw in some single nav missions.
Yeah, I got a single nav in there.
So all right, not a bad. I forget what you bought it for. You bought it for less than 100.
Like 35 or something. That's good.
Wow, there you go. So yeah, look at that. That's an extra 4K.
Yeah, we're almost at 1K or 100,000.
Yep. So that's what's great. You know, commodities do tend to get overlooked in privateer because it's like, oh, it's only a few credits, but no, it adds up when you have.
What can I buy that I can sell at a just at the nearby one, the agricultural plant? Do they want anything from it?
I think. What's iron? 46. Let's see what iron comes back at. You can get a little profit. Your margin's not high, but you'll get something for that. Yes. All right. So let's see.
But if you look there, the back to the right, there are the advanced fuels we talked about in the sponsorship.
Yeah.
This one here.
Go with iron.
Iron, all right.
It's what's it? 46.
46.
All right. So iron agriculture goes for 45 to 50. So
all right,
it's a pretty tight margin here. So
well, we'll get a couple credits. Hopefully, we just have to make sure it's more than 46.
Yes. So, all right. You got 3 missions loaded up?
I do.
All right, let's hit space.
I'm hitting space. Click.
You just launched all your missiles at once.
Maintain speed and course.
Yep.
Okay, so tab 7 is one where we know there will be retros.
No contraband detected. You may proceed.
Die by the very religion you adore. Right. Oh, that's right. And this evening as well, the Bruins are playing in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. The series is all tied up.
Hard to believe that hundreds of thousands of Americans are tuning into this program rather than watching the football championship or the ice football.
Hockey. That's right. That reminds me. Yes, John Madden. This is a big deal. Yes, this is John. His name is John Madden from last week's show. If you were watching, and he was a football player, football coach, and football announcer.
Hell of a software engineer too.
And hell of a quote machine with such great ones as the team with the most points at the end of the game usually wins. When you throw it to the guy in the end zone, that's a touchdown. He's a real gem.
You know what situation where the team with the most points doesn't win?
What?
Presidential election.
Oh!
I should do the Daily Show.
Ouch! Yes. But yes, and then of course Madden's NFL football has been a game that I'm sure just about everyone has played at least at one point. And that's true, yes. Ad is correct. The Canadians are into the NBA Finals this year because their team is there.
So things suddenly went badly.
Oh my goodness, what have you done? Listen, man, I'm in this Tarsus too, alright? I've got wires and explosions and crap all around me here. I can't hold this damn thing together. Ooh, you got some dark yellowish maneuvering jets here. You're not an Agendavi anymore, sir.
No.
You are not an Agendavi. Yep.
Well, we're going to have to do the wait to heal.
The old wait to heal. Let's see what else we got. Yep.
I was just thinking, I'm back in the Troy system. It's more forgiving. Nope.
Back in the Troy system again. No? Yeah,
no. No, it's fine.
Back. That's right.
Love that music. I could just sit here listening to that music forever.
I can't hear anything, so I'm just. That's
why I'm singing.
Yeah, I got you. It's hard to forget. But
So who's in chat? I like the idea of using privateer as kind of a...
Yes. I wish it... Does it let me have a total list? We don't get that cool thing, do we?
What's that?
Oh, participants. Oh, that's just those 3 of us. That makes no sense. I don't understand how that works. I was going to say no if I could see the user list to say hello to everyone. We have 205 subscribers. You didn't tell me.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I just noticed that. There we go.
Crazy great.
Yep, 205 of you. One of them's not me. I haven't stacked the deck for us yet. But yes, we're also, this week, we're using the Privateer Playtester's Guide. Good one to have. It's got maps. It's got commodity chart, which I will not lie, the commodity chart may have been entered by hand by someone named me into WCpedia a long time ago, so enjoy it. Because I typed it all in there and it was a real pain. I remember making that table and it sucked. And I believe I actually did it right.
Who are the people you've helped?
Yes, that's probably just me mostly, to be honest, because I think it was when I was doing a big playthrough. Or actually, let me see if I can find that for everybody. Because I believe I actually even marked out the most profitable runs. And we will do that. That's one great thing, too, when you do like a giant cargo run in a galaxy, with some mission cargo, and then all the expansions you can get, and all the space you have, you can bring in quite a bit of coin, and then do, some simple, not patrols, but simple, nav hunting missions. Privateer cheese.
The purifying fire of the Lord!
This does Let's see what we can find here. No, I looked at some here. Commodities. Come on, you jerk. Where did I put all those? Here we go. Oh, that's what I did. Yes, and I will post this to chat for everyone. That is a great resource. That is the Privateer Commodities Price Chart, which I actually don't believe that I took from the Playtester's Guide. I forget where I got this from, but it was from one of the other guides, maybe, or something? Or a document? I forget where I pulled it. It was something official. I remember doing it, so... It gives you a full range, but it uses something very similar to the Playtester's Guide. It's just a little bit more, a little quicker read. Since the one in the Playtester's Guide also tells you availability percentages. It also adds the K for credits, which is sometimes confusing because you think it means thousands instead.
By the way, one thing Scott pointed out the other day that I guess we kind of just never even thought about, but all the space names in the Troy system are from the Iliad. So it's Helen of Troy for the agriculture base. It's Swift-footed Achilles for the mining base. It's Hector for the other one. So
yep.
Positively Homeric experience.
Now entering an automatic landing zone.
Interesting. Yeah, because I'm trying now. I'm gonna look through these other ones here, but yeah, they do have a lot of in places, right? Because you can also take the jump line of what is it?
Watch for that jump. Oh, 114.
Nice.
Look, it actually updates while you're landing. Yeah.
Yes, that's when it's loading. And all right, that's good. And make sure and don't forget to sell your stuff.
Well, as long as it's.
Oh no,
price.
Oh yes, that's right. So 46. Let's hope we get 50 here. Yeah, it's not a whole lot you can pull in there, but it's enough.
Let's see. 49.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Hey, you know what? Those are credits you didn't have before, all right? I don't hear no whining.
Yeah.
I don't hear any whining.
Win I can take, yeah.
That's 100. It's like 100, 200 credits you just made?
Nice. That was totally worth all this clicking.
Hey, you can right-click and get rid of all of them, I think.
Can I?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But grain, 16 for grain, or see what other foods you got there. Those are, if you're going back to a mining base, those will get you some good stuff.
Generic for 19.
Yeah, those are good. Liquor's for pirate bases.
Well, maybe stick generic food over to a...
yeah.
Can't hurt. Grain? Grain, okay.
I believe you get a better return with generic foods. Let me see.
Let's see.
Yeah, what'd you buy for 16? So you're gonna
16,
you're gonna at least double your money because it starts
Okay.
at 30 at a mining basis minimum.
Well, you know, here's at Helen, so that can't be that.
It's retros. That's good.
Oh. I don't want to do the patrol. Patrols are boring.
Well, you gotta do, you gotta, patrols are if you gotta mix them. That's all.
Yeah.
Go to the bar. We've been at the bar today. What's happening at the bar?
Nothing is happening at the bar.
He's drunk.
You look like a hard man. The kind who looks
Look at
for
my
dirty
great
work.
bartender
But this
hair.
is just an agricultural base. We're farmers, not pirates looking to hire cutthroats and thugs. Please, don't make any trouble here.
Brave guy, I guess.
Yep.
I do look like a hard man.
That's weird.
Repent
Huh.
and accept our righteous judgment.
Didn't do that. I just noticed that it didn't show. Let's try to test this. It didn't display the. When I shared the link for the privateer commodity prices, I've noticed it's not loading. I see it on my end, but it's clearly not loading in our window. That's
I
weird.
wonder if it's a security thing to prevent people from because you're not
Spamming,
you know,
yeah.
you're not on my account, so
Oh no, I guess I made an app.
yeah.
Yes. Joel, we actually are going to do that at one point. We are going to take some shots down the line, and we're going to do the Wing Commander 3 mission, where you can fly drunk with a good buzz. And we're going to take the drunk option, so that should be really unpleasant to watch us play.
Yeah, that's going to be quite unpleasant.
Yeah, that's probably going to suck. Yeah, so I don't know how to. I will share the privateer commodity prices. Or actually, I know how to cheat. I will ask our very good friend. Here we go. I will ask producer, sir. I have shared something in Discord
Repent
with you.
and accept our righteous
Thank you. Yeah, Michael got it right away. Thank you, sir. Note to self: I guess we have to make me an admin on this to do that.
Yes.
Oops.
We should.
We forgot it. It's the little things we don't think of. Like everything. But yes. So after you go through this, where would you like to go? Should we try to find a mission to say Oxford?
Yeah, let's see if we can get a mission to
Prepare
Oxford.
to be searched.
I don't
Maintain
know.
speed
I
and
guess that's gonna be
course.
looking for a lot of
No
merchants.
contraband detected. You may proceed.
What do they like? Is there anything from a mining base that they'll like at Oxford?
Oxford, essentially, you consider it an agricultural base, if I remember correctly. So anything that a regular ag base would like, they like as well. Let me double check that. Mining base. Okay. What a mining base have? I would care about.
Now entering an
First
automatic
one would
landing
be-
zone.
Well, they don't really care about gems.
How dare they?
Yeesh. Yeah, there's not a... There's not a whole lot they want from a mining base. I mean... Eesh.
Okay, pretty good problem for that generic food.
What'd you get?
35.
Yeah, alright, so more than double
good
your money.
problem for the grain, okay.
So that, and 6, yeah, and for grain you bought it at 16, you got 22,
Yeah.
that's good.
Not too bad.
Yep.
What's this guy
You have
say?
the
Rooks are over, or almost 121,000 credits.
Not.
Oh,
If
here's
you
a
have
silver
no
fox
qualm
barter,
about running
123.
brilliance, meant
Nice.
for the Troy system. I know of a
Nice.
woman there, Taylor, who
Um,
could use an enterprising young man such as yourself.
Yeah,
She mainly
I mean,
channels the merchandise to
there's
agricultural
not
and
very much
mining
they
worlds,
want.
where a little chemical cheer is welcome respite
there's
from the
really
tedium.
nothing.
Her routes are well drawn and sparsely patrolled. Good
Okay,
money,
let's
low risk.
actually-
Alright, let's see. We joined the Merchants Guild also, so let's see. We can find something to Oxford. Ship plutonium to New Detroit.
Oof.
That's not bad.
There you go. Yep. Matahara.
Gems.
Ah, the Oxford.
There we go.
There we go. And that's a good payoff.
Mm-hmm. Out of gems, New Constantinople.
That's the only thing that stinks, though, is you can't do the multiple card numbers.
Yeah.
That'd be a good thing. We got.
Let's see, Troy to defend.
Helen.
Apparently, yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good 65.
Let me see what else we have first. Martzgrathi.
Nope.
Tinker system. No. Helen. 5 now points.
15.
That's a good payoff, though. Should we do it?
If you do those two, what if you do that one and the first one too?
Yeah.
Those are both good payoffs, and then you.
Then we head to
Oxford.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I like that idea. Yeah, Oxford is really not useful for anything in terms of what we can sell there from. Mining base is literally the worst place to start from to go to.
Prepare to be searched. Maintain speed and course. No contraband detected. You may proceed.
Alright, we are on our way. Some of those should be ones you have to defend against, though.
You're about to
or those retros with pirates.
It's probably the one generated by the
mission. The patrol.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
You know what? He's busy. He's busy bopping it to a transport.
Yes, we'll also do that at some point as well. We will. We'll probably play as a pirate for a very short amount of period of time with a save game that we then don't use again because it's a giant pain to reset everything. Because if there's if role playing in Privateer as a pirate is probably the least rewarding, it's more exciting to play as a smuggler instead.
Yeah,
like with a fully loaded galaxy and doing high speed runs. Yeah, Scout actually had found a thread I had made. I don't know, like half a dozen years ago or something, when I was doing my last big playthrough, and I had figured out a very profitable route from Ferris to New Constantinople and Detroit that would bring in about 15,000 just in cargo, not including the missions you could also take. So it's a very profitable run. Dun, 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 dun. That sound, bloop, 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 bloop. That's never. That's a sound that will get your blood running. Especially this. Might have just been inside the envelope, I think, unfortunately.
Damn, you're ripping me apart!
Man, you're blasting me apart! It's only quite like you see that thing explode, and you're like, yep, sucks for you. Sucks for you. What is weird back there? All right. Any privateer-related questions from the crowd?
Any questions?
Any questions at all? The winning lotto numbers: 7, 24, 32, 65.
I feel real bad if that was accurate.
So would I. So would I. Well, that's like I was in other random chatting news. I was reading some story about there's some museum in Canada, maybe Ad knows about this. Some museum in Canada that had like a safe in the basement that these people went to, and it's like for 30 or 40 years they've been trying to open the safe up or something. So they've had professional safe crackers in there, locksmiths, etc., 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 and nobody had cracked this thing. This guy showed up with his family, and the museum is closed, so they found a volunteer who let them into the museum, and this guy opened the damn thing on his first try. 20, 40, 60. That was the combination. And inside, nothing cool.
The Canada Safe Museum.
It was all like boring. It was like a waitress's notebook, some paperwork, a receipt. So nothing of any value. But yeah, I saw that. I thought it was very amusing.
The more for the story than anything else.
Yes. There's more like they've been trying to crack this thing. This dude shows up, spins the wheel. He doesn't. It's first try. He just thought 24 to 60. Which you would have thought at some point somebody was maybe checking all the different combos they tried, but who knows? Who knows? You're down to 6 missiles. Oh yeah, you got to.
Yeah, we got trouble.
Yeah, you
bring all missiles for our long run.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can just for the rest of it after you get out of here, you can just high speed run the rest of it. No need to.
Repent and accept our righteous judgment.
No need to stop and fight anymore after this.
Hopefully.
Yeah, these guys, then you'll just be chatting your way out of it and afterburning your way through it. You'll be alright. Definitely think you'll be alright. But yeah. Flying high. The crowd is extra quiet.
Where'd he go?
Oh, he flew out. That was weird. I thought he...
I thought he was up.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, I wasn't believing he was hiding behind the nav icon for that long, but I guess so. Yes. I think what else to say?
I rammed him.
Nice. Hey, saving missiles. And
I didn't take any gun damage.
Excellent.
It's very nice.
Excellent. But yeah, we've also, along with Michael, besides making our awesome credit counter, he's been trying to crack the code to make a kill score tracker, but Privateer apparently is being a little elusive with how it operates on that. So that's been a fun little project. And, not sure what other ones we could track, though. Nobody's got anything for us?
Forget this meat happened. We got no problem.
Spamming away.
Catch you on the next run.
Ben is just filling the airwaves with whiny. Don't kill me!
I only killed 7 of your friends already today.
Yep. Always make sure to fly right through those nav points. There's nothing worse than forgetting to buzz one and suddenly being like, why didn't I just get paid 17,000 credits for that damn patrol? And it's because you forgot to buzz one of the spheres. Which is I always love the blue sphere. Got it. Nothing like jumping out, when you're getting blasted away, you hear the dong dong dong, and you're like, Jay! And you still hear that music, then the jump is playing, you still hear all the impacts, and you're like, please let me jump out and not there be 50 pirates or retros waiting for me as my ship is falling apart. And then usually, it's 50-50 as to what happens for you. Alright, we're about to make a lot of big credit payoff here.
Yeah, after we jump through 7 more systems.
Hey, I'm trying to, I'm trying to help you out here. It's alright. This isn't the leap we're doing isn't terribly bad.
Oh, this is actually I planned this well, intentionally. This is actually the jump we want to make.
Tarsus. My side of the cockpit's all nice and clean.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Oh, do you find Grayson Burroughs likable?
Yeah, I think he's a little bit of a 90s guy. He's sort of a Me Too aspect to him today, although he's pretty cute about it.
I mean, listen,
it's
everybody,
terrible way to put it, but
listen, every man has his way.
He's more flirty. He's not harassing women.
He's not. He's a fun flirt.
Well, here's a Tarsus on the rocks.
Hey, Tarsus. Hey, what's up? Yeah, Grayson is not the smoothest of operators when it comes to the ladies who hire him. But we also never see him, hitting on a woman who is not trying to pay him. So maybe it's just that's
like Legis to Larry.
So maybe I think Grayson's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the, he's like Blair's long lost, distant, cousin by marriage, not by blood. He's the rebel of the clan.
No, I like Grayson.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he does need to work on his game, though. I will fully say that. Yes, he is not good. Because Talia, a lot of them should have just shot him. I feel like they would have just done that. But that's also a cool thing Privateer does too, though, is that it gives you those
You're about to suck void,
female characters that are running the show at times. What is it? Taryn Cross. She's the exploratory services. Natalia.
And the Goodwin.
Yeah, I couldn't remember her name. Yes, Gooden. Yeah, Gooden.
She's a Gooden.
Yeah, to Admiral Terrell's aide. Mm-hmm. Yep. But you have to wonder, was she a former Marine commando like Admiral Bainbridges?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. That was a big market tease for the old Fleet Action Book Club.
Book Club coming real soon now.
Yes, where we will be talking about
chapters 8 and 9 of Fleet Action.
I was going to say, yes, and the return of, well, we get one real brutal, not really brutal, but we get one real slap in the face with fortune politics. But other than that, we got some good stuff.
Some bad fortune politics, so go ahead and say that, but we also have some real storytelling.
Space battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We've got
characters referencing each other a lot.
Yeah, we have some definitive endings for some of our old favorites.
Yep.
We've got some genuine space action too.
Yep. I'm gonna save that, but the one part in this, I remember when I first read it was a gut punch when you get to that one line about that. Yep. Mm-hmm. It's a kid that makes you sad because you're like, oh, especially if you read Freedom Flight and you're really attached to him.
Mm-hmm. Alright, where's the jump to New Detroit?
New Detroit. A lot of new...
Oh wait, we're not supposed to go to New Detroit, are we? We're supposed to go to Oxford.
Yeah, I thought you were taking the weird way around. Well, you can go to XX.
We should get XX then.
1927. Yep. I was going to say, I should try to be useful and have the paper map out, too, so you don't have to keep going to the nav computer and just click on it. But does this have a full... Oh, it has...
Prepare to be searched.
I got this open for us.
Maintain speed and course. No contraband detected.
Yes,
you may proceed.
XXN 1927, which has a pleasure planet.
We can check that out after this.
A refinery. And that's it. Because you know what? People who work in a refinery, they need that pleasure planet to go unwind.
I sure do.
Yep. Me too. It is hard out here.
So what's happening this weekend? You have any plans this weekend?
I have not that far ahead, actually, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I think I might. I mean, I did 40 miles of hiking just on trails this week, so my knee was a little bit unhappy, so I'm gonna let it rest a bit before I go back into the wild. I figured I'd keep Steel Division 2's open beta has now started for the rest of the month, so I've been playing that, which should be a lot of fun. I've been having a blast with that game, even though it's still got some bugs that are infuriatingly annoying and random.
You may proceed.
But yeah. Ooh, this is a deep question. I don't know. Are there any fan mods that have base types or systems? I don't believe there's many mods for Privateer Save the credit, like the cheating.
Yeah,
and resetting your stats.
Yeah, the Wing Commander games are very closed up, so it's difficult to mod them in the modern sense.
Yeah.
In fact, I've noticed this question coming up a bunch in Discord lately. It's folks like, oh, what about this mod or this mod or this mod? And we've certainly hyped big mods in the past, but they're not what people, today a mod for something like Empire War or whatever. I don't know why I picked that game, but a modern game mod is a much bigger deal than was available back then.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you say it. So things like with Steel Division, in that Steel Division Normandy 1944, it had mod integrate, like a better degree of mod integration from the previous Eugen games, where it could let you add like little things to your UI. It made a bigger, a line of sight tool work a little in a larger space to measure distances and stuff. But yeah, I mean, Wing Commander, you don't really get extra things like, oh, hey, can I add this extra VDU or something? Like, they're not really like that. That's why whenever like HCL did something, all of us were like, what? You did what? And it, looking back, they're not that crazy, but for us, they were mind-blowing.
Well, games today are essentially designed to have mods added to them.
Yeah.
It increases the life cycle of any new product. So, if people are still modding your game 6 months later, then they're still buying your game 6 months later. Back then, they had no thought of that at all.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm trying, like... now, actually, this is fun. I think the first game I would quote-unquote say I modded was the original Marathon. Came with a physics model editor, so you could, change the damage value of the guns. You could make the, assault rifle fire fusion gun burst, so it's like a plasma round instead of a bullet round. You can make, gravity a little bit less. It was simple stuff like that. And then I know in Marathon 2 and Infinity, then Bungie started including the other things, what they called Forte and Anvil, I believe, were the two products. Yeah, like Wolfenstein 3D had that level designer too. Yep, you could build your own mazes and things like that. Oh my god, don't do me like this, dude! You're right there! Oh! Good thing we got credits, man.
Yeah.
Ouchie. But yeah, I think that was like my first and first, look at this. I know we haven't been here in a while. Look at hardwood floors.
It's cool, the tiny differences in the different bases that there are.
Yes.
Let my droid take care of that. I'm gonna let my droid take care of that. Let my droid take care of that. But I will fix the armor. Okay.
That's good. He's being frugal with his money. Just let the droid do the work, which is a good call.
But yeah, 162, pretty good.
Yep. Now, do you remember anything like the first time you did something like that, like a Doom WAD or something like that?
Alien Doom is the first big one I remember. It was like a total conversion for Doom where you fought aliens from Alien, and they changed all the textures. That was like an incredible thing to see.
Like I remember, that's fun. Yeah, same thing. Like I remember because I was with Marathon, because they didn't have original Doom didn't come out on the Mac till a while later. Doom 2 came first, but. Yeah, I had a lot. I mean, I remember trying to, build. When you're a kid, you think, I can build a level. It's no problem. And then you realize you suck at it. That it's really hard. Even in Wolfenstein, when you're trying to build your little maze, you realize you're not good. No, yeah, I don't do that one.
No.
Whoa. Oh, okay. No. That's in the Kilrathi corridor, I believe.
Oh, right. You're right. It is.
Wait, no, I may be wrong. Hold on.
Where Surtur is.
I'm looking. Surtur, where the hell are you? What is it? Am I blind? Michael Vingard.
Luxury food in New Detroit seems like it's easy enough. New Detroit's just 2 jumps from here.
Oh, that's why I'm a moron looking that way. Suture is the planet, not the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't seeing it. So that must be in Natir or Ragnarok. Let me double check this now. Now I'm curious to see. Oh no, it's in Clark? What? Am I blind? Your pucks and Hades, Moran, Tango, oh, son of a beach. It was right there. I guess that actually wouldn't have been terrible.
Well, I think
it would have jumped from New Detroit. It's not the bad. It's not. It's just outside the Kilrathi corridor. It's just before Blockade Point Charlie. So, but yes. All right, we're up to 160K. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. It's playing along. Yep. I'm trying to think what the first Wing Commander mod I ever or patches or thing I've ever tried. I can't even remember anything It's like I
Militia
was
to base.
never
Enemy
one who wanted
dispatched.
to mess with like oh let me put like 5 particle cannons on the ship or something like that. Never appealed to me really because then it's just.
Brothers, thanks to the militia for doing my job for me right there.
Nice, so great.
They cleared the nav for me.
Thanks, militia.
I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit because I've
blown up your ship.
My ship's in trouble.
How much? I think our goal is what we want to do 500,000.
We want about 500,000 before we upgrade to any of the other ships.
All right. Well, we're about to crack 2 hours on our program, which is actually not bad for
not too bad
being right here. Not gonna lie.
Let's at least try to get to 200,000.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's hard because we're.
I would play this all night if.
Yeah, but we have book club.
We didn't have book club. Yeah.
So if we didn't have book club, we definitely would do a bigger chunk. So, but I mean, now you can if you find higher paying, cargo missions or something, or you should definitely do those if it's a good jump, a few jumps, so we can start touring around a bit.
Yeah.
Because basically each quadrant has kind of its own personality, well, a little bit of a personality. I mean, Ferris is the one everyone remembers because it's asteroids. Ferris, almost every system actually does. I think every system might have asteroids, or just about. At least one now.
There's a lot of asteroids in the
Yeah, there definitely is, and that's it's also you get Ferris also has a lot of the pirate bases. And then that's, of course, where the plot will eventually take you. Clark is the front.
Military, and you've got that border with the Kilrathi.
Yep, so they have, the blockade points. You can kind of do that. That's where you'll encounter a lot more heavy ships. So if you want to see maybe a Paradigm. Have you actually... That's the other thing we should look for. Other ships out there.
We saw a Paradigm,
You did see a Paradigm?
last time.
Okay, good. Yeah, so Ferris is the one it's the north. If we're thinking about this as a real flat map, it's the northwest quadrant. Clark is the northeast, so that has Perry, and then a lot. When I think of Clark, I think refineries, even though I think there's only 2 or 3 of them. Because you go there. Let's see. Humboldt is, well, if there had to be a boring quad, it's kind of it. It's also a quad that really. It's not well interconnected. It has a lot of dead-end systems. Give you guys an idea. Also, this is 11 seconds behind, I counted. So... But in this, Junction really is your way anywhere in Humboldt because it's the one that connects anything out. Everything else is really where eventually leads to a dead end. We have a Freya, but not Freya. Not the same system as seen in Wing Commander 3. And then Potter, well, it's the safest of all the quads. It's the most built up. It has the 3 unique bases. It has New Constantinople, New Detroit, Oxford. So you have, the sector capital at New Constantinople, the industrial base with New Detroit, and then the academic one with Oxford. But it also is the most built up, I would say, too. You can find just about everything except a pirate base. So,
pirate bases, you're going to want to go up towards Ferris.
Or, Humboldt.
That area.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to Pentonville, but I feel like you get better deals if you go into Ferris.
Pentonville's kind of a beginner's pirate base.
Yeah.
Your eyes peeled for trouble,
then if you go up to, what am I thinking? Capella is a good one, or KM 252. That's one that's the one I believe I used on my smuggling runs for the most profitability. I'm not sure if I've ever been out to one in Talar, which is way the hell out there. And if you want to do ever kind of a really challenging run, you would do Famine, Death, Pestilence, War, Troy.
Lotto's wives.
That's and it's Londo Malare. Good old Londo. Oh gosh. Alright, so Ben is...
You're about to suck void, buddy.
No, he's not. He's killing people instead.
No, I think they're mission generated, so I figured I'd...
So you do the right thing?
Yeah.
Do the right thing. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I mean... Oh, I see what it is. I see what's going on.
What's going on?
I think it might be the, well, the table seems a little loose, supposed to be tight leg, but I think it's the, that big Wing Commander 3 Premier Edition, the pizza box.
Ah,
I think
okay.
the pizza, it's touching the frame movie poster, the Confed Marine one.
Ah,
so that's what that sound is, yeah. Which hopefully you guys can't hear that, 'cause we can't.
My desk is covered in parts for a computer I'm putting together.
That's right.
Which I now have to take apart and then put back together. But
low flicks. Oh wow, what happened?
Oh no, I need to swap out the power supply.
Oh, that's right.
And
that's right. Oh, because you had the funky. You didn't have the.
It didn't have the right Molex.
That's weird. Because it didn't have like 1,000. Did it give you a little package of like 10,000?
No, it didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so weird. Because
because the modern case.
Yeah, that's weird.
Purchased new.
Huh? Oh, okay. The power supply came with the case.
Yeah, it came with the case.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because I said I've purchased 2 power supplies or 3 power supplies now for mine, unfortunately. So I have like 10,000 of those little package they give you. Like they come like Velcro pouches of the different endings you can put on for components and stuff like that. I'm trying to think now of other like just random little Wing Commander patch, like mod patches people made, not like the big mods, but like little things.
A Wing Commander mod?
I'm thinking like there was the privateer cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Right, your print cheat, which allowed you to mess with your credits, and it could reset your faction feelings.
I did used to download Academy missions from folks.
Oh, there you go.
On the early internet, we used to do this thing where you'd write a little story, and then you'd make a couple missions at Academy, and you would play, and you'd read the story. And in fact, we were just talking.
Yes.
We're thinking of doing that here, having sort of a contest, because we've got some swag to give out.
Yeah, we got tons of stuff hanging. We got some
lots of extra stuff.
Primo badge and stuff.
So we were thinking of having like a contest.
Don't sell.
I'm not selling.
I'm just watching you.
We were thinking we would have a
Wing Commander Academy
mission contest. Yeah, and people can. It wouldn't just be building the mission, but you'd have to do something with it to.
Like 3 to 5 missions.
Yeah, and then we go a little story. Make a cartoon or draw something or write a little story. It would be a fun challenge. So we'll put together some rules for that. And
yeah, we're gonna do that in the coming weeks. Probably because the CIC birthday is coming up very quickly, as it does every summer. We're actually, because it's on a Saturday, we plan on doing a live stream, and which we're doing now anyways, but we're going to do a little Super Wing Commandering.
Yeah.
We're gonna dive into something that probably very few, even the hardest core of wing nuts, have experienced in Secret Missions 1.5. Say, would you get lost there? I got drunk and I'm wandering the streets of New Detroit. That's far.
It is.
That's way over in Ferris.
New Detroit, 6,000 for mercenaries. I don't want to fight mercenaries. Karathi ship, nope. 4 in the Perry system.
Against Annapolis.
It's Karathi.
Yep. Okay.
No, I don't want to fight Karathi.
Do you have anything? You don't have anything? Anything commodity exchange? Do you have extra stuff you didn't sell?
I didn't have anything. We were at Oxford. It was.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's just
the only
stuff.
thing.
Pyrenees.
How far is that?
Hold on. Bask in the Pyrenees system. Ooh, Pyrenees is one jump beyond Troy.
Beyond Troy, okay.
We've done Humboldt, so.
Head back to the Oxford.
It's not bad.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Oxford's just 2 jumps. I'll take that.
Okay.
In fact, I thought I saw another Oxford, maybe. New Detroit, Helen Basin, Detroit. Nope.
I'd say load up your cargo too, then, and find
what do they want in Oxford?
Anything agricultural base would want. So you're gonna want. Let's see what the best profitability is here. Okay, so
box. See what we got. We got plastics, uranium, food dispensers, home appliances, prefabs, robot servants.
All right. What's the servant's price? What do you get for them?
They are going for $490.
Not worth it. All right. What was the other one? Uranium.
We got communications, mining equipment.
Detroit. Communications. What was the price on those? 48. Do it. Those are good ones.
Okay.
Because they minimum at 50 up to 70. Plastics. Plastic to Detroit. What's it? Do it. They start selling at 50.
They sell at Oxford?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a good chunk right there.
Okay.
Uranium, they don't buy it there. They will not.
They're not buying uranium. Okay.
Food dispensers, let me see. How much were they? 100? No, not worth it.
Home appliances?
73. Do it.
Okay, we're all loaded out.
Oh, all you could take was one?
I know. I've been doing the left clicking. So.
Oh no, the right clicking.
Yeah.
No, I know. It was just like, I think I only bought one home appliance. So you got your dryer.
Manifest. 76 communication, 40 plastic.
19. Oh, all right. I thought I just moved down one. Excellent. Okay. All right. So we have 171 in the bank right now. This is going to be a nice, profitable run.
I
think so. This is why the playtester's guide is so useful. Although I guess I also should have been smart and just opened up the chart I made, but that's not as fun. Not for this. I gotta earn my co-pilot seat.
I bet there's a little app to be made that walks you through the best deals.
Yeah, because I think the run that I will just creep to the run. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Yes. Alright, let's check. So, I posted, this is from 6 years ago, and so I did some smuggling. The path, and this is the path I was using to generate about 10 to 12,000 credits just in cargo profit. So pure profit. So I was starting at the pirate base in KM 252, and then going Nexus, Junction, New Constantinople, New Detroit. And I did it that way because its patrols aren't that bad, so you don't have to really run or fly away from militia too much. So you can often get through those those systems without ever having a contraband scan.
That's nice.
So yeah, it saves you that. But yeah, and I think I was doing that. Oh, I'm an idiot! I forgot to read. I was doing that. I started that at Tarsus. I was doing that run, and then once I earned enough money, I upgraded to the Galaxy, and
maintain speed and course for contraband search. No contraband detected. You may proceed.
Yeah, so that run is a fairly safe one. I also did I always started KM 252 up in Ferris, and the other run I would do is 252 Nexus, Tingerhoff, Perry, New Detroit. That has more patrols, but you can often get some other missions along the way that can help boost your profits. So those are those ones, because we're definitely gonna need to stack some cash as we go around here. Centurion, fully loaded. But yes, it's also great to see that, I know
you're about to
other
suck
people are also playing Privateer as we go through. Like I believe our youngest wingnut that we currently are aware of, he is doing so. Which is all, it's very interesting to see the generational differences for things where like, well, wait, that's not obvious, and it's like, no, I don't know what the hell a CD-ROM.
No, games are very different today. I know.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad more people are discovering Wing Commander. It's
and and one of the things I like about these old games too is that there's nothing wrong with having a kind of not a mean but an aggressive learning curve.
Now entering an
like you can get right into this and fly around and sure, no problem. I mean, I remember when I first got this game, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. You know what, reminder, we haven't brought out Wiggly Train in a while.
We should bring back Wiggle Train.
Yeah, Wiggle Train should make a comeback. But yeah, I like that about some of these things, where you can't just play it once and immediately master it. Sometimes you have to, you can play through it once and do crappy, and then you play it again, and it's so much more enjoyable.
Okay, let's sell this stuff.
Do it. Oh yeah, you're getting that's some good cash.
Okay,
190. That's good.
Okay.
Not too
If you're
shabby.
ready for a cargo run, feel free to make use of the mission screen. Remember, we pay premium
Why is this
bounties
guy so
on ships
shifty?
that Harris
What's wrong with you, buddy? Why are you so
purchased
shifty
members.
like that?
The
We
merchant.
take care of our own.
I see. But yeah, it's that's one of going. It's funny because I as much as I have like a modern machine now, I don't play many modern games except Steel Division. What else? I played that. What's that game where you're?
Where's Liverpool?
Liverpool is, I believe, near New Constantinople. Wait, Newcastle?
Yeah, Newcastle.
We are 1, 2. How the hell do you get there? 3. It's 4 jumps. Same quad.
15Ks for that.
Do it. And you could probably agricultural food.
Food, yeah.
You load up on food, and that'll be a good profitable run.
Wait, why would an agriculture want food?
No, because you're at Oxford and you go to a refinery.
Oh, I'm at a refinery. Okay.
Yeah. Because all that's in Newcastle is a refinery base. It looks like.
All right. What's the base named?
Oh shit! What'd you just?
Newcastle.
Newcastle. Yes, Newcastle. Sorry. And then the base itself was called. Where the hell are you? Liverpool.
Okay.
It's the only base in that system too, so.
Okay, well, I've got one. No, I don't want to make go at the ship. Disappearance ability. Okay, that's
easy. 3K. Yeah, that's all right.
All right. And you think I should load up on food?
Yeah, let me double check for you. Let's see. All right, let's hit all our food. So, refinery. We got generic foods.
Mm-hmm.
Generic foods at a refinery. That's not. All right. What's luxury foods? What's it? 47.
Luxury foods is 47.
Okay, luxury foods 47. These are kind of low margins. What else?
Plastic.
That's one we dumped. We dumped.
Yeah.
Books. So do you think they want books on a refinery?
I don't think they do.
No, they do not. Because those also. So any of the foods are okay. It's just it's basically that's.
It's not that good a margin.
Well, their break even or their selling point on those bases. Actually, no. Luxury foods was 37.
47.
Yeah, I mean it's 50. Yeah, just load up on all the food. Just take both. I mean, hopefully they're gonna have the high end, because they tap out at 60 and 40. So I mean, it's a few hundred, maybe
Prepare to be
1,000.
searched. Maintain speed and course. No
Hey, that's
contraband
hilarious.
detected. You may
We're
proceed.
under attack already.
Not looking for
And
trouble,
Discord
eh?
Scout says he's gone to Six Flags Magic Mountain, which I drove by the other day on my way back to LA.
Boy. You're about to suck void, buddy.
Yeah.
You're finished,
How were we just
fly
thinking?
boy.
I don't remember.
You're about to suck void, buddy.
Credits, points. Plot running. I don't even remember at this point. Oh, small. Oh yeah, we the Wing Commander Academy mission idea we had. Streaming. Oh shit!
This was a 2,000 credit mission.
Yeah. Oh, lost military craft.
Nah, but that could mean anything.
Yeah, but I feel like you encountered Kilrathi more often in Oxford.
Good point.
Yeah. Yes, we the other day we planned out a good number of ideas for the rest for at least this summer. A lot of good stuff for you guys that we're gonna try to work in. Maybe we'll start some of it next week. Like we'd like to do something where like different gauntlets and everybody sends in screenshots or whatever, or save games of their high scores. We can have like a show kill board.
Yeah, just like back in the day. I used to trade privateer saves on CompuServe.
That was actually probably our best modding back then, yeah. Actually, there's something that we can look into that. We can get a small. We'll see if we can. I'll see if I can find like a small chalkboard or something for us, and we can use that. We'll put it behind us as our official TCS rock.
Yeah, we should. Chalkboard would be awesome.
Yeah, I feel like a chalkboard would be cool. We'd probably have your lovely wife write it for us, since our penmanship is. My penmanship is awful.
Yes, mine is also awful.
Yes, yours is terrible as well. I've seen your our signatures are basically either one of us gets on each other's checks, I think, and they would be none the wiser. Yeah.
We don't want to go to Shangri-La. We want to go to. Oh, but we have to go there for the.
Where are you going?
I'm finishing that 2,000 credit mission.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Put me up against the Kilrathi.
Oh, Jesus, that sucks.
But I shot down 2 Dralthi and a Guthrie.
That's right. You get your XXN.
Yeah.
Then Metzor, and then Newcastle. Yes. But that's We'll do nice stuff, and we're also going to try to switch up the gauntlets as well. So we'll do the Academy one.
We'll do an all gauntlet episode at some point.
That's a lot of gauntlet again. It's a lot, and yep. Yes, lots of cool stuff. We're gonna dip back into some of our early episode stuff that we had done and finish it. Like we had started we're gonna play through the entire Armada campaign, all 11 sectors. We'll have some fun interactive stuff to go along with that.
I didn't see you, and you're blind.
Yes,
Got
for
it?
those who weren't around for our early pilot programs, we loved the hell out of Armada.
Yeah, we did a lot of Armada during our testing phase.
Yeah, we learned a lot of great, cool things about that game, which, it gets really overlooked, but it's such a fun game. It's so much fun. Although its gauntlets a real punch in the face.
Oh, yeah.
It's a real punch in the face. It's not even, starting off in that damn arrow.
Maintain speed and
or that Dralthi.
Okay, so we want to go to
Metzor,
so
or
New
Constantinople. Either one works. Yeah, they both have jump lines to go over there. Yep. Yes, it will be. It'll be good time to see it. 188,000, not too bad. 2 hours, 22 minutes, pretty good.
And then once we're through Privateer, we're gonna do Wood Regis Fire, but then we'll start our big Wing Commander 3 playthrough.
Yeah.
This is the 25th anniversary. This November, December.
Yep.
Which is crazy to me.
That does seem like a years ago.
And any ideas folks out there have, I would love to hear from you,
because speed and course.
We're just having fun, and anything you think of.
Yeah, you might think,
no contraband detected. You may proceed.
We don't always know what we're thinking, so we're always looking for new fun stuff.
Yeah, we don't necessarily care about having an incredibly popular show. But we like having a show that our friends enjoy.
Yes, that we can, and oftentimes we get to discover new stuff with you guys. I mean, and we've had that just no, it just popped in my head when you beat me by one effing frame in Armada.
That was
one
amazing
frame. God damn it! I wish those torpedoes actually flew through space.
In Armada, in a battle, if you're fighting the enemy carrier, it's one as soon as you fire your torpedoes. So
not even off it doesn't even clear the rail, and the game's over. And and we were curious. We were like, I wonder if anybody's ever brought 2 carriers to the same system. And so we did it. And it works. You can have 2 carriers in the same battle. They are separated enough where their flak envelopes do not overlap. So there is a small. We're not sure. I don't think we ever bothered looking at the exact amount of space. But there's a small bit of space between them where the flak doesn't reach. And I figured, all right, I got plenty of fighters. This guy's got nothing except 1 torpedo or 2 torpedo bombers. I think you had. So I'm like, I'm gonna nail those things and turn around and kill his carrier at my leisure. And he was 1 frame away from exploding because things are flying everywhere, damage going out of control, and he managed to launch that goddamn torpedo.
There's a regular one.
There's a regular one, yep.
Now entering an automatic landing zone.
That's funny. Watch an episode of like Next Generation, and like that's suddenly that station's in the episode. I think it was in the one I watched the other day.
Oh, no ship base here. Luckily, we did not take too much damage.
It's good. Oh, it's not bad profit.
Not too bad.
It's good.
I think that's exactly even.
No, you got it for 27.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
27. Yeah.
Okay.
So
well,
I knew it was gonna be tight.
We're over 200,000. It's pretty good.
209. That's good.
Let's see what we got here at this base. Nav 2 in the Newcastle system. Retroactivity Nav 4.
Oh, there's 3 right there. That's 3 simple, 3 1 navers.
Yeah.
That's really good.
4 net.
That's a Korathi though.
Yeah. Now, 1. What is the enemy? Hostiles of indeterminate type. Well, I'll take these first 3.
Are you a warrior pilot?
I am. I'm a commando and a warrior pilot.
Nice. Nice. Warrior and I'm sure that phrase has it times. The moment turn your guns on. Oh, I was checking. I was like, you gonna start shooting with no guns on.
There's a Centurion here to help me. That's nice, because I don't have that many,
That's good. You have to love that, because, you still get to beat the mission that way. So nothing from the crowd, they're just enthralled by our, privateering?
Who wouldn't be? That's my question.
That's true. Well, this is kind of how we do anyways, almost. We forgot to we finished Halt and Catch Fire, which was excellent.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It was excellent save. There's one thing that's going to grind my gears the rest of my life. Mr. McMillan, mother. I mean, that is the correct path, I guess, if you're going to be that type of teacher. Is that you get insanely wealthy.
If you're independently wealthy, you can
do that.
Be a teacher.
Yeah. Although I know some people that do that. Then they don't actually become the teacher. They get all the degrees and then decide they don't want to do it. I have a friend who did that. I don't quite understand what his logic was. Look at this slow lineup. Oh, who's shooting at him?
That's Centurion.
Oh, I didn't see the rounds.
Centurion. He doesn't care about a Tarsus.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see rounds hitting him, but hello.
For the resume.
Can it be? Yes, it can.
Yes. Can it be? Has Ben abandoned us? Yes, actually. Yes, he has. Actually, so is there any ships in this game besides the K-Mech that we haven't encountered yet?
Stealth tech stuff, of course.
Of course, sure.
I actually don't know if we've seen an Orion anywhere.
I can't remember. I'm trying to think we saw. I think I don't know. I think maybe we did. Stilettos? We went to Perry. You must have seen them. Broadswords. Tarsus. Definitely seen Gothry. So maybe just K-Mech at this point. But the world never seems repetitive, really. You're ripping me apart!
Deliver us, O Lord, for we are in need.
The last thing I want to be here is this guy yelling all over stuff and trying to kill him. I guess that makes sense. I was watching Saving Private Ryan. I watched Saving Private Ryan today, of course, for the D-Day anniversary. Sniper does start doing that. I remembered all about Kraken. Kraken goes up. We're down. Who the hell's helping out there?
Another mercenary, yeah.
Oh, look at you. Why are all these mercenaries hanging around Newcastle?
Apparently they help because there's no no ship upgrade place.
Yeah. Let me see, what's your... That's true, yeah, there isn't. We're close to New Constantinople. Oof.
I'm gonna head back to New Constantinople after
Yeah, I was gonna say
this.
that's your best bet.
In fact, I don't think we've landed on New Constantinople yet.
You sure?
We flew past it.
Oh, okay. I thought you did once. I thought I remembered seeing you walk around or showing it. Oh, well, actually, yeah, you actually have some decent jumps out of here. You can go to Perry or New Constantinople. So it's probably time you go to New Constantinople. I mean, you've been to New Troy. You showed them Sandoval to sit there.
Yeah, we've seen where Sandoval is waiting for us.
Gotcha. Okay. That's good. Oh, this is flipped over the page, and the last two ones now it says 1. Jump to death.
Whoa! What just happened?
I don't know. You might have taken a dumb fire.
Yeah, really hurt.
You must have. I don't know what else would it is. He was really close. So I'm assuming it's that. Oh boy. No shiitake.
Oh, not good. Not good.
You got him.
I can't move left.
Go around, man. You got. This is what privateering's about sometimes. Oh my god, you have no missiles left either. Nope, you definitely have no missiles left. You're gonna miss him. Shit. Ah! Stay together. You gotta do it, man. This is.
I don't know.
You got it. Come on, you got it. You don't got it. Don't got it.
Disappointing.
All right then. Well, I forget which one it was. I remember a lot of A's.
ABB, I think.
Okay. Nope. I think it was A.
Most days.
I think so.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's see. Well, hold on. Well, I'm gonna watch it. Let's see what the ticker says.
I can just look at my credits.
I like looking this way. Yep, this is the right one. 209. That was funny to watch it go back down there. Whew.
Not so good. Well, hey, look here. 4.5 points in the Newcastle system.
Yep.
Oh, I already have missions. Okay, never mind.
You might have already. I think you saved that.
You saved it after.
You got the 3. Yeah. Well, I'd say this time just save those MREX.
Yeah.
A little bit. Well, that would be something to talk about. So I was just checking to see what our modders were up to.
One more for the
their
resume.
channel. Looks like they've done something else we can show off. You got him.
Can it be? Has
Oh,
the
shut
God
up,
man
Baldy.
abandoned
With
us?
your stupid haircut. You're the worst kind of person, but you know, like, you can't be trying to rock both. There's nothing sadder than
Another day, another kill.
it takes a special. You gotta be real special though in that one. You know? I mean, I can grow my hair out like that, but I the missiles are a bust. They're still chasing.
Heathen, haste the purifying
You just
fire
got.
of the Lord.
I don't know what just hit you.
Yeah, something took me.
Well, but what the hell? I was watching and I thought it was your missiles. And we
I meant to
crashed.
explode, but I could quit. So
Oh.
should we leave it at that?
Did you have that
No,
save
I
right
gotta
there?
finish this mission.
Yeah,
I gotta finish.
Yeah, you gotta clear the board because otherwise it's gonna be a real. Yeah, let's clear the
otherwise
board.
Next time we're gonna.
Yeah, clear that board. And if yeah, you might have to. Oh no! Look, it went back to 0. No, it was the bazillion A's.
Okay.
Yep. Let's hit space.
One more time. So this time I'll just spam my missiles early and.
Well, yeah, I would. Yeah, I just worry because I think last time you missed, they were.
I've noticed they have been missing more than they were in the tri-system. It's interesting.
I think it was that the envelope. They were because they're coming right at you. I think they blew right by it, unfortunately. Oh, he's running for somebody else. Who the hell else is... Oh, there you go.
This is an outfit with the Centurion.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'd say don't worry. Yeah, get those guys. You keep getting... Nah, SOB is nailing you. He's tearing you apart! Oh, nice. There you go. There you go. No, no one can pull that off. He said... Durin says the only person that can pull off bald in the front and mole in the back is Patrick Stewart in Dune. Is that true?
Yeah, I can't picture the back of his hair in Dune. I mean, he's just Captain Picard in my mind.
Yeah, I gotcha. It's true. Ooh, that's scary. Right, and lined up with the base too.
The base.
Oh man, that's a
the other guy's got him.
There you go. Actually, that's something. They can't. Can they ram the bases and kill themselves?
No, they can't.
Yeah, they just fly right through them, right?
Yeah, the base is not a physical object to them.
That's too bad. Yeah. That's because when you're balls, you know, we're eternal, we're timeless, we're amazing. Did you just kill a friendly?
No.
Oh, he's on fire. You got it. You got it. Nice. Look at that, a little sliding. Little Sheldon slide there for you. He learned that from reading an old military handbook he found lying around from a destroyed carrier floating in space. All right.
Well, there's still one more nav point.
Hey, I got you, but hey, this is the farthest so far, so that's good. We're cooking. We're cooking.
And I even have 2 MREX
Hey,
left.
that's a bonus. I think that works.
Throw that sucker up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Centurion helping me out at this one.
There you go. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, he's awesome. Our crowd is very quiet this evening.
Speak up, guys. We'll answer any questions you have.
Yes, we have some new names that I've not seen before. So.
Hi, new folks. Yes. I can't see your chat. I'm sorry.
That's yes. You're blocked by a microphone and.
I'm playing Privateer at full screen because
that's right.
That's how you play Wing Commander games.
That's why I'm sitting in the side cockpit over here, man.
No contraband detected. You may proceed.
Michael's eating dinner. There you go.
What kind of dinner?
We had grilled hot dogs and beans and potato salad, which is very good.
But we weren't feeling so well.
No, I still feel like I'm dragging horribly.
I feel like I'm dragging all day, but Wing Commander has helped quite a bit.
Yes. I added some liquid lubrication as well, and that helped a bit. But I still feel very like I just woke up or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Michael might be eating generic foods or luxury foods now. He's living the high life.
Now entering an automatic landing zone.
That's right. Here we go. New concept. Now, is this base based on anything from other?
Not that I can think. I mean, perhaps, but
all I know is it looks like a washing machine. Original. Look outside that. Look at that. It's a spin into hell. That's how you throw up. So here we go.
Main concourse. Let's get some new missiles.
Yep. Yeah. Let's make sure pair her up.
Yeah, leave off with some good
So we got.
stuff.
So hey, we cracked 200. It's all right. Like we said, it's the summer of Privateer, not the week. It's the summer, baby. Yeah, mostly because Privateer 2 is going to take us a long time to go through everything.
Yes.
But we figured out a good way. I would say save it.
Yeah, I was going to see if there's any good missions.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You're like a junkie, just one more.
Okay, now 3 next sense. No.
Nope. Those are usually good patrols, but not in a Tarsus.
No, yeah.
Those are good. They have good paying missions, but not Tarsus level missions here.
Alright, well, let's save this thing.
I would just put latest.
Yeah. It's got AOC 17 for next week.
Excellent.
And let's get set up for the book club.
Well, yes. No cargo bay this week?
No cargo bay this week, other than the...
goodness gracious.
The ribbon.
That's right. Wow. Wow, this is crazy to see this. All right, so let's start loading up.
All right, so please join us in book club. We join the audio channel. As always, this is going to be the part where we probably screw something with the audio up.
Yep.
Hey, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me.
We also support the Free Republic of the Landreich. I forgot how delayed this was, so I'm holding that.
Hey, guys.
I have to plug myself in still.
You have to plug yourself in, too.
Yes, I am not plugged in at all, and then I have to make sure I remember how to do the settings so I don't screw it up like before. I have to mute you if I remember correctly.
So, today's episode of Book Club is talking about chapters 8 and 9 in Wing Commander Fleet Action, which we have been slowly going through. And this was a big pair of chapters. Very much the climax, or at least the start of the climax of the book. All the little pieces we've been seeing the whole book through that we know about. The secret fleet, the assassination plot, the Tarawa traveling off to Kirathi's base. It all finally twists into place, and everything is a thing. So I usually start these by kind of walking us through what happened.
Should we do a quick voice check to make sure everybody's... Should I run down everybody to make sure we can hear them, they can hear us?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, Christopher Reed. Sound everything good? Oh, I hear you. Good. Leha.
Roger.
I hear him, and you're sitting next to me, so I can hear you quite clearly. And producer Trelane.
He's eating dinner.
Yes, hello.
All right.
That's true, yes. All right, so everybody is present, accounted for, and we hear everybody. Excellent.
Okay.
All right, take us through it.
So, Chapter 8, when last we left our heroes, the Bannockburn with Hunter and Paladin had discovered the Karathi secret fleet, and they were racing back to where they thought the Tarawa were. Where they thought the Tarawa was.
Where the carrier they thought was.
Meanwhile, the Tarawa has settled in on this Karathi moon. They're being stalked by Karathi ships, but they have decoded more of the Karathi fleet code, and they're getting some good evidence aside from the actual holographs of the Karathi carriers.
Yes.
So going into this chapter, we open, and the Bannockburn is under heavy pursuit. There's this whole Karathi fleet, multiple cruisers, patrol ships are vectoring to stop it. It has jumped into the same system with the Tarawa, and its Paladin is sending out his distress call. Help us, where are you? And they're not hearing anything back. We then find out that the Tarawa is ensconced on this Karathi planetoid, and it is hearing Paladin's calls for distress, but it does not know. The Bear and Richards are talking, and they're like, well, it's 50-50. Maybe they have found evidence of the Karathi fleet, and if we go meet them, this is our way out. But if they haven't, then the whole operation is going to be screwed. Yes. And it's up to Bear to decide. And Bear decides, yes, we're going to rescue Paladin and Hunter. At the same time, we flash back to Earth, where we first see the Karathi ambassador Vakga, and he has this inner monologue about how Prince Thrakath asked him to do something, and he agreed, and it comes to pass that he has agreed to be a Karathi suicide bomber. He has an antimatter device in his chest, and he's going to blow something up.
Yes.
We cut back to the Bannockburn. They make contact with the Tarawa. They say, yes, we do have the evidence. We're broadcasting it. Get it out now. We have this exciting action sequence where this fleet of Grickaths, Hunter tries to escape or draw fire in a ferret that has been carried aboard the Bannockburn and has not been mentioned until now.
Yep.
He is killed, saving Paladin, letting Paladin get back to the Tarawa. Meanwhile, the Tarawa and the Normandy start engaging these Kirathi cruisers. The Normandy is destroyed. The Tarawa just barely escapes.
Yes.
We then cut back to Earth, and this is all, it's very much this Aaron Sorkin, everything's going in every direction. Yep. We cut back to Earth, and it is Tolwyn and Kevin have arrived on Earth after, they left in a Saber a couple chapters ago. They've arrived on Earth, and they're talking to Banbridge.
They did change ships, though. Don't make them think they were crapping in a bucket.
Yeah,
They got they got into smuggler craft, yeah.
So they are being debriefed by Admiral Banbridge, head of the Joint Chiefs. Mm-hmm. And he, we hear that we find out it's a reveal. It's a reveal in terms of as far as things in a Fortune novel go that Tolwyn was in on this the whole time. He was ordered to disgrace himself with the surrender and to have an excuse to cashier him to go out there and do this.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah, and they have specifically chosen him for this because of the relationship he would have with Kruger.
Which is we'll talk about that, I guess, how they spin that later on.
Yeah.
Create a relationship in it.
So that's... and basically they're like... They don't have the evidence yet, but they do have enough evidence to know for sure that something is wrong. They've done the midway trick. They explain what it was, that the Kirathi have identified the target X as something on Earth's moon.
Yep.
We then, and Banbridge says, okay, guys, get some rest. We'll talk about what we're going to do next after my meeting. I've got to go upstairs to a meeting with the Joint Chiefs and the Kirathi ambassador, who is there to complain about the Tarawa running rampage through their space. That's when we have it's this literal blast point in the book, because the Kirathi ambassador sets off his antimatter bomb, kills everyone in the Joint Chiefs. Banbridge is killed. There's this super Jack Ryan-y situation where the steward, who happens to be a super marine, is like, oh, stay put, stay down, something's happened.
Oh, my weapon's not right here, otherwise I would go, it's back there. Yep.
Yeah. So, but suddenly everything has changed.
Except Greco's the only guy who survives.
We will next chapter we will find out that...
Oh, sorry, I thought it was mentioned that one. Yep.
No, and then, so... Next chapter, we have follow up on all of this stuff. Tolwyn meets with the president. Tolwyn, Duke Greco, who is the one person who has survived this bombing, they meet with the president and Secretary Jameson, and they have this whole big Fortune politics argument about how awful the liberals are.
It's just,
But basically, they convince the president that the fleet is real. They in fact, during the conversation, they get the data from the Tarawa that shows that the fleet is real. And finally, they put it all together. And, oh, Jameson's the traitor, So the president announced that he's going to resign. He reinstates Tolwyn as a full admiral now. This is theoretically promotion for him. Mm-hmm. And puts Greco in charge of the Joint Chiefs, says, do what you can to save Earth. Meanwhile, the Tarawa is fighting its way out of Kirathi space, and it's not going well. But it's, bit by bit. The Normandy is destroyed, and they're fighting their way out. They end up pushing the D3S5.
The D5.
They tear it out because they need to save the pilots from the Normandy and their precious fighters. And we jump forward to another situation where they are now operating as a normal carrier, and they're like, oh, we only have 8 torpedoes left, and like, oh, what? We end the chapter on, oh, how's Kruger going to save us? Yep. We also jump to the Kirathi. who revealed that within hours of the fleet being sighted, it began moving to Kilra.
Yep.
And we'll be there in a matter of hours, and then we'll start the assault on Earth.
It's about a 2-week jump.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Emperor, we find out through various inner monologues that Thrakath has planned this all along. He had planned the bombing well before any of this. He wanted to use it to restart the war. The Emperor is furious. He says, this is now a war of total extermination. We once respected these humans as enemies, but now we realize they are worse than prey. We are going to kill them all. We're going to arm our fleet with strontium warheads that will destroy the biospheres of their planets. We are going to execute all of our slaves and our prisoners here in the capital.
The embassy staff.
Yes, it's not a good...
everybody's dead.
It's not a good day to be assigned to the Kilrathi embassy.
Yeah, definitely have to be a good career foreign service officer.
So that is all happening, and we have this situation where Jukaga and Thrakath, they both know what's going on, but they can't say it. Thrakath can't say, "Oh, you tried to assassinate me."
Yeah, the storming of the office.
Yeah. And Jukaga can't say, "Oh, you blew up the human Joint Chiefs." But Jukaga ends up getting assigned to go with the fleet to be the person who communicates with Earth and force them to surrender if you care about them so much. And that's where we leave off with the Kilrathi, and
that's after he mentions, right, what is it, 2 or 3 times, that they're going to fight harder.
Yes,
they're going to fight harder.
Yeah, the humans are going to fight harder.
They're going to fight harder because we've really pissed them off. Mm-hmm.
So that is chapters 8 and 9. Massive shift in the book. No more mystery. We have gotten to this point we've been building to, and essentially after this, we kind of just know it's going to be some kind of desperate battle, and we're going to see how they win that. But
constant afterburner slideshow the whole time. Yes. The rest of it. Yep.
And we also hear about some interesting stuff in there. One old, fan focus was Omega.
Omega!
Talwyn talks about how, the Confederation has a secret project, too. It's called Omega, and you're not supposed to know about it, but it's out there, and, that's one of those things that launched 1,000 Usenet posts.
Yes.
But let's start by going around the room to see what do folks think about these chapters.
So, we want to start with Chris?
Sure.
I'm just going to go right down the
Always
list.
happy to talk to Chris.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a great couple of chapters. The Omega stuff is really exciting. There's obviously everybody was wondering, is that the Behemoth? No, the Behemoth was a different project because the particulars.
In fact, I have here a little slideshow I can bring up of things that could be Omega but probably aren't. In fact, here let me get the reference here in my notes.
It's right.
I've lost my my page of notes, but I have the actual quote somewhere.
Do you want me to read? I have.
No,
it
yeah,
here.
I got it.
Oh, there you go.
Omega. Talwyn shook his head at the news. There was something ironic about the war that he felt an outside observer would find amusing. The Kilrathi had gone through incredible expense and effort to start the secret building of a new class of carriers, if indeed what flimsy intel had been able to dig up so far was true. The Confederation was doing the same thing. It was not so much a super carrier along the lines of the suspected Kilrathi designs, but more a stealth, heavily armored battle wagon with upgraded shielding that was proof against medium-yield antimatter warheads. There were rumors as well of a super weapon to be carried aboard the new ship, but that was an even darker secret. They were still a dream, however, and would have no impact on this war, hidden like the Kilrathi construction yard as far as possible from the battlefront. And we hear that it's going to be, we hear in the further ensuing conversation that it's going to be 18 months before whatever Omega is powers up its first ship.
Yes.
So here I have a little slideshow to go with this. Could it be the Vesuvius? Maybe.
It is a stealthier, but it's not that is a super carrier,
It's
though.
super carrier, but it's not stealthy.
Yeah, definitely not.
But it does have special weapons that go with it. Could it be the Temblor bomb? Could that be the incredible weapon? No.
Not a ship.
Yeah.
At least,
we're just because we're thinking when we were before this we were talking about how all the arguments everyone had up of what this was, because then we had examples. Well, it must have been this he was talking about.
Could it be the Lexington from Armada? But that comes online much more quickly than Omega is supposed to. That's a matter of months away. Could it be the Excalibur program? Could that be the incredible new weapon? Could it be the behemoth? Not stealthy.
Definitely not stealthy.
Those are the options I had. Anyway, that interruption.
Another one is the Cerberus, because that's a stealthy ship with a big gun.
It does kind of match the Cerberus, although that's
it does have
12
the
years
BFG.
down the line. Yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe they reduce funding and instead it goes
could
somewhere
be
else.
what was left over. Bartok Industries could be the ones building the Omega.
Ooh.
So back to the chapters. What did you think of the chapters?
Chris. Oh, he might. I think he was being a dad.
Am I talking?
Oh,
yeah. No, I thought you were being a dad there for a second because I could hear your children in the background. I thought you had a dad for a minute there.
Yeah. They were pretty good. There was a little bit of almost creeping in the political stuff for a moment there, but fortunately that passed pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we said this last time, but now the action's really going to start.
Yes.
So that was exciting.
We swear. Yep.
Sad to lose Hunter.
Yeah. And Bambridge. That's two kind of major characters we lose in this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And things have starting to move so quickly that we really don't have time to grieve. There's this one great moment where Paladin gets back, and we the readers already know. We had this kind of heartbreaking 6 IFFs impacted Ian St. John's.
Yeah, everybody remembers that sentence.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then there's this other moment where they finally get back, and Paladin's like, we lost Ian. And that's powerful.
Yeah.
As far as such things go. But no time to grieve. We are spinning at 1,000,000 miles an hour. We are trying to save Earth now. Leha, what did you think?
You know, these chapters are a little hard to digest. Especially in the second one. I think the point or the plot point I want to discuss the most is actually the death of Hunter, which is I wanted to ask you this: is that it would have had to have cleared? Because I mean, it was a reverse where he says, "Well, it looks like I'm gonna," and then he turns around and instead.
Yeah, that's a.
Is that something he would have?
Very, very good question. Short answer, yes. Basically, not so much that he had to clear it. He was given at the start of the project. He was essentially given the Freedom Flight characters and told, "These are yours now. You can do whatever you want with them. They're not going to impact the game." So he was kind of given carte blanche to do whatever he wanted with them.
Save what, Hobbs maybe? Because he was in the game. He went to the game.
Oh yeah, Hobbs isn't really a character in Freedom. He's not part of the team.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he goes and I gotcha. Yeah, he's only in the few
Yeah.
scenes. Gotcha.
But yeah, he was essentially told, Hunter will not be appearing again in the games. You can do this, which is kind of interesting for a tie-in novel at the time. I mean, you've had a couple of events like that. The Star Wars novels killed Chewbacca at one point, but it would be very rare, especially in 1994, to pick up a Star Trek pocket book novel and they go, it's the death of Captain Kirk. It's not going to happen. So,
especially considering that came out and stuck in my head is that Timothy Zahn's first Star Wars novels, he named the Imperial planet Coruscant, and when the prequels came out, everybody was like, "Oh my God, they're doing such reverence to Zahn by name that he did." And it's like, no, he had to have called up Lucasfilm and said, "The name of this," and a lot of people just wasn't sure where it was. He was given an allowance. These characters can stay, these can't, or just threw out.
Yeah, the way it worked basically was at the start of each book, he sat down with David Ladyman from Origin and figured out the rough beats and how it would impact the games and so on, and kind of got the go-ahead to do what he was going to do.
Hire, an actor to fill in the role. The rest of the two chapters is pretty good. It's a little heavy on the exposition. It's political. It's definitely has a mouthpiece death of the cabinet. Well, I think it was better than I did.
Yeah, in fact, I pulled out some of those politics notes just so we can suffer through them again.
I just reduced it to 3 bullet points.
There are a couple of these that it's super Forrestian. It's like this conversation here I'm going to read.
Oh, good God.
I tell you, Jeff, I think a democratic republic is the only way to run the show. You English are the ones who really invented it. We Americans picked it up. But there's always been one flaw in it, and that's the sustaining of long-term war. It's hard at times for civilians to truly understand the military. We have a 1,000-year tradition of always being at odds with the civilians we're sworn to defend. The military at times gets turned into the Greek messenger who gets blamed for simply telling people the truth of how the universe works. People get too caught up in the wish for peace. They forget the law of the jungle is still the law in most parts of this universe, and they don't like it when we try to tell them differently. Got any suggestions on how to change it? Bambridge smiled and shook his head. It's what I've spent 43 years in the service fighting to defend. No, it's got problems, but I'll keep it. If it survives 1 year longer. Don't people realize what the cats are up to? Here's another one. The damn media is part in... Who does this sound like? The damn media is part of the problem. The Kilrathi have done a masterful job of feeding them selected footage of furball planets bombarded in the war, tearful interviews with widows.
Yeah.
Oh, but it gets better.
It does.
Tearful interviews with widows who ask for peace. The usual propaganda crap. Damn widows. But try and send our own crews in to film freely, and we get the curtain slammed down. It seems to be really popular of late, especially on the college campuses.
Damn those educated
kids.
kids.
By Chicago's line that the war was a conspiracy of their military and ours to make themselves powerful and the pig industry rich. So, damn the media, the college kids, civilians for not wanting to have constant war.
Those are my 3 points. I put military versus civilians, media bad, war conspiracy.
Yeah. And that's not even like the heaviest ones when we get the office scene where it's like, oh my God, why did the bomb go off in here right now? Like, good God.
But in chapter 8 you have that little spiel I just read in there.
It's a George C. Marshall speech.
Yeah, it's them giving, it's Fortune telling us how he thinks the world should work. And then in chapter 9 it's pure revenge fantasy where they get Miss Clinton in the room and get to fight with him, argue with her, and
then her soft husband who can't stand President Rodham. No relation.
Yeah. So, politics. So that's all.
Politics.
But if we want to be generous, that is a way a lot of people think. Wrong, but it is a way they think.
Yeah, I tend to think that that's not how a lot of Americans think about it, since we're citizen soldiers in our nation. So we do have a small professional corps, but I still like to think that even then,
Although, just interesting right in there that Bambridge considers himself to be an American.
Well, isn't he from Texas or something at one point? Doesn't he say he's Texas?
I think he's from the Northeast, but...
Who is it? Is Turner from Texas? Somebody's from Texas, I remember.
They went to school in Texas. They went to... Academy in Houston.
Maybe that's what it was. That's it. Yep.
Anyway, Trillane. What do you think of these chapters?
I like the pacing of these chapters. It starts off with starting to get back into the action, the main plot. You're starting to accelerate a bit, get back, get things moving again. But then, you get to slow down a little bit. There's this, the conversation with the two admirals patting each other on the back and talking about how smart they are.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's very, 90s, political thriller, though. This explosion and everyone's dead and the follow-up where, the... Greco telling the president how dumb he is, and and the president just decides to resign, which it's hard to say whether that's the right thing to do or not, but it's very just it's like Tom Clancy or
very Tom Clancy.
like the 90s, like any of those sort of like Tom Clancy like movies or novels. But it was good. It was well paced. It wasn't too much action, but there was also it was a good little story too as well.
And it's interesting you notice that period where you kind of get to rest in the office, because he has some real writing technique to get you to feel that way. You get back to the office and literally Kevin Tolwyn takes a nap and we talk about how he's resting, and it absolutely sets the mood for what's happening. You think it's letting you get your guard down before the bomb. Even though you've just been told, even though you have all the pieces in your head right now, you've just been told that the ambassador's going to blow himself up, and then you've just been told that the ambassador's going to have this meeting with the Joint Chiefs. But you're like, finally, you can rest. And one
because they think every year, because Tolan's taking a shower, you're figuring, you know what? They're going to let him get back in uniform. There's going to be some type of scene with the ambassador yelling at them or something. But instead, it's when he's in the shower, he feels the building shake.
There's even a great moment in there that's intended to speak to that is so unlike all of his other characters, because Tolwyn doesn't know everything at one point. There is a point where Tolwyn is meeting with Bambridge, and he's like, hey, I have it quoted here, "When do you want me to go back out?" Tolwyn asked. "I think it's crucial that if things go bad, I'm out there with him meaning Kruger. I know he sees this through this court." Basically, Tolwyn doesn't know that this is about to go badly, which is so unlike everything, every time you ever see him, which... Tolwyn in any other chapter would be like, a bomb is about to explode, but I can't do anything.
Yes.
But here he thinks that he's going to go back out to the frontier and work with Kruger more to build up defenses.
Yeah, you kind of, the way you point that out, it really does, the way it frames Tolwyn as a character, as like a human, it's great, because he's just very vulnerable. He even like you're saying, he just came out of the shower. He's he's thinking about taking a nap. Who's that? Greco? The Joint Chief, his aide is like defending him, and this is Admiral Tolwyn, and he has an aide defending him in a hotel room, basically.
Yeah. They even give him a glass of wine to relax.
That's right, yeah.
A decanter of wine, yeah.
Yeah, and that's even...
it really just humanizes Tolwyn in this way that you're not used to at all.
Yeah, because right before that, he's reflecting on the bonding he's done with Kevin on this trip where they had, they spent the time in the Saber, and then they were undercover on the smuggler craft. And then I love, too, when they wake up that, Tolwyn's out of the shower in his towel, like, what the hell's going on? Look at this Marine Commando. And Kevin's getting ready to run to the flight deck because he thinks the klaxon is a scramble. So he's completely out of whack, which lets you know how at rest they really were in that moment. Like, we're back on Earth, we're safe. But then everything goes to shit extremely quickly.
But while we're talking about humanizing Tolwyn, let me ask you guys what you think of the Kilrathi ambassador. Because we see this inner monologue where he thinks about how his family has died in the war, and Thrakath asked him this, and he felt so proud, and he says, "The coded message to commit the act had arrived this morning, and soon the pain would stop. At last I will see my sons again, my sons taken from me by the humans. At last we will again embrace and go forth on the hunt with our ancestors." And that just seems to me so much more sympathetic than an alien suicide bomber written in a book by Bill Forstchen would be.
Yeah, I mean, and it fits with kind of what they mentioned earlier, because when the Emperor is talking to that other Kilrathi, and he has him sit next to him, and he mentions that his sons are dead, so I feel like it kind of pulls on those same strings.
Yeah.
Where it's... Because you almost want it to feel like, wait a minute, he's kind of being a little soft for Kilrathi, but it's like... No, this is very much Imperial Japan. If I'm going down, at least take, for my death, I want 3 or 5 or 10 of them to come with me. You get that very kind of distinct callback.
Yeah.
You guys?
Anybody out there who for talking about the sympathies of the characters?
No?
Great insight. We don't see enough of that.
Yeah, because I feel like it's hard to write because you're trying to keep them as this, warrior, where if suddenly you start burnishing off that you lose that kind of darkness to the Kilrathi, that they are, centered on this constant challenge, right? Always trying to see who is the greatest by going against each other and finding, right? Testing iron against iron and things like that.
Well, let me ask this question. Bear's decision to give away the location of the Tarawa and the Normandy to rescue Paladin and Hunter. It turns out to be the right one because Paladin and Hunter do have the intelligence. But was it the right choice from any sort of a strategic point of view, given what they lose in the process?
No. I mean, you're trading a escort carrier of which the Landreich only has, 3 remaining or 4?
Mm-hmm.
After that, right? Because I feel like there's 4 at the Battle of the Hellhole.
Yeah, there's 4 left.
Yeah. Where it's a very, Bear has to always have... Everything always aligns for Bear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even when he's, son, I'm a full admiral in the fleet.
But I'm the captain.
Yeah, which, he is... Technically, the funny thing is, in that case, Richards, without question, can still override him, even though he's the captain of the ship. It's like, dude... Well, I got billions of dollars of equipment sitting here.
They are different services.
Yeah. Still,
I'm a cabin admiral in the French Navy.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, was he going to seize it back?
Technically,
that's true. That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that they're technically in different areas.
Technically correct. The best kind of correct.
That's true. One thing I wanted to mention about this too is these are chapters that also I didn't even not attempt to convert that stupid 8 of 8 6
I did
year and a half or
notes.
I was like, screw that, I'm not even trying. But it's funny, I saw that because what I was going to mention is I love all the little like numbered details we get in this. That there are 4 fleet carriers left in Confed that are fully active. 2 of them are in dry dock. You have the rest in cold storage. Half the fleet is active. Like those are all the things I wrote down because those are the things I always love to try to keep track of. You can figure out the makeup of the Joint Chiefs in that it's 8 generals and 5 admirals, which is interesting that how they split it up between the Marines, the Navy, and stuff like that. And I also love how much time actually passes in these chapters that aren't readily clear unless you take a second to really look at it.
And interestingly, if you plot it all out, these things are happening at different times.
Yeah.
They're being told to us in a narrative fashion.
Yeah.
But the Tarawa, we're cutting to the Tarawa days after it has escaped.
Yeah.
And then we're cutting back to Earth in the wake of the explosion. So they're playing fast and loose with the time, but they actually have all the details to get it right in there.
Yeah. Because it's like at the end of it when, the Hakaga fleet is about to show up at Kilra, it's been 2 weeks since everything else, since the bombings.
Yeah.
Because that's how long they say it's 2 weeks from Hari to Kilra, and then 2 weeks from Kilra to the front, I believe. Or 2.5 weeks from Kilra to Earth or something. It's not exactly clear.
Yeah.
He kind of blurs that a bit where I'm like, I don't get what he did there. But
although just for the record, the our Kilrathi time was... Jukaga tells Talwyn that the plan called for another 4.5 8 of 8 days, which is 288 days. And if you want to create a very accurate fleet action timeline, you can take that number, and they give all these estimates of how long it's going to take to construct the carriers throughout the book, so you can go back and figure out exactly where we are.
Yeah, because that was always the stuff that I loved in these, was trying to figure that out. I do have to say that the scene in Greco's office is painful in some ways, just because, when I was reading it, I couldn't think of like a movie, but it reminds me of these ones where it's like, wait a minute, who is this cabinet official that's basically telling the president what to do? Clearly it's supposed to be Hillary and Bill, with Hillary telling Bill all the things to do, but it's like, browbeating him, and then they mention that Richards has presented a dossier on the fact that you could be using her son against it, and she's still indignant, like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, all he needs is what emails,
If you
and it's
don't
like
remember
complete.
back in the 90s, that was the popular interpretation. That was the,
the Clintons
that
were.
darn Bill, he's henpecked by Hillary. She's really running the shots. That was the thing back. It's similar to, like, oh, that President Bush is such an idiot.
It's Cheney
is running everything. They always have one of those, and it's always kind of ridiculous. But no matter the party.
No.
By the way, there was another one that hit in the politics that I forgot to point out. Those damn unions.
Now they're striking. They want wages and benefits. That's right.
Key war industries, which during hostilities were forbidden to strike, are now having walkouts. People wanting higher wages, made worse by what looks like an economic depression due to a freeze in new defense contracts. We gotta build more weapons.
Even we don't need them. Sorry, no butters, all guns, baby. All guns. Yeah.
Was Dave Quinson, is that supposed to be like a Dan Quayle reference?
I think so.
Vice President?
I think so.
Really, do you want Dan Quayle taking over, though?
I don't, but Bill Forstchen in 1994 did.
That's true, it is true.
A vice president with those initials and stuff, it seemed...
Yeah.
He was always against this, which is weird because that's not. I mean, I don't know how. We're not really clear how the Confederation executive works, but it seems weird that the vice president would have been vocal against this and then still remain part of the administration and not resigned when the armistice was signed. You know.
It kind of reminded me of when Obama couldn't support gay marriage publicly, but Biden was just like, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like that, except for
use him as the foil. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
But no, Harry Rodham, it's all very, very...
Yeah.
Very too much.
And then it's even more because then it's like they mentioned that Greco's only 5'2". You know, so you're picturing this little short guy like screaming, or not even screaming because he controls himself and he's just like, Rear Admiral Tolwyn was this, and it's like Tolwyn's like, what the hell have I stumbled into here? Like, what the hell? Because he takes the Marine General thing, like, he's making him like Mattis, but even more so, except, somehow the arm thing is a little much for me when it's like, yes, he was down the hallway, he got blasted into a support beam, and his fake arm took everything, but he's okay otherwise, except for some shrapnel.
Oh, and here's a note. Here's one of these that I have simply marked as "ugh" in my notes.
Yeah.
Where Hillary is, or whatever her name is,
Jameson.
Jameson is saying this was clearly an attempt to kill the Karathi ambassador that just happened. A human did this, and Rodham replies, "Well, it's one serious possibility, and we have to look at all angles."
Jesus Christ! Yeah.
I also have "You're the president, Harry," which is you can't read that without being in the Harry Potter voice now. President Harry.
I see. I just thought I didn't think of that because it's he's stealing the Truman quote.
In fact, I have Truman here in our slideshow. There he is.
Yeah,
Truman with his buck stops here.
Yep. Yeah.
Another Harry.
Which I'm surprised Fortune. I mean, I guess because Truman was in the military, so that's probably why he's okay with him. But I can't imagine that he liked the fair deal.
Was he in the military?
Yes, it's often overlooked. Yes, he was in the artillery in the First World War.
That's right. I do.
If you ever a picture of him is hilarious because
he's so short on the
so goofy with the boots and the flare pants.
Yep. I know the one you mean.
Yes, he looks and you're like, oh gee, that's why he's giving him hell, Harry. But I liked because this is the part where when you start thinking of Greco later on, this is what you think. What the characterization that happens with him in the next few chapters. From the orderly pulling the shrapnel out and saying, "Son, you're not cleared for this. All Marines are crazy." We've established that repeatedly in these books. But this is where I feel like the mythos that I built up as a kid of him really started. Because then you make him larger than because he definitely has a few more references in the rest of the book. Until his kind of
got a big appearance.
Yeah, he's got his big moment. Is really what then I think takes all the previous characterizations and makes it almost like a hagiography where you're like, I love Greco. Big Duke's the man. He's lost 2 arms.
Although again, it's kind of an interesting Bill Fortune thing in that a normal book, by which I mean a professionally scripted book, would have introduced this very important character much earlier. And I think they see him at the surrender, but there's no like reminding you who he is. He just kind of pops up again and is wonderful.
Wait, why is there no parentheses saying that he's, head of the Marines? Because where's that Sparks at?
Right? Sparks gets the tiniest appearance here. We hear secondhand that she has damaged one of the computers. And it's such a ridiculous... This is such a, working man's pride thing. Like, she's damaged one of the computers moving it, and Vance was furious, and she says, well, you can dock her pay. And there's like, that's Sparks. She's a great lady. Like, is she? She damaged a computer.
Yeah, that one's a bit.
We gave an Admiral lip about it.
Yeah.
But, as usual, Sparks is overlooked.
Yeah, she doesn't get a lot of love till much later on. Definitely not. I feel like we should also, speaking of, offices and things, is the Thrakath, Jukaga... the ship exploded. Excellent. Let's relax. And then the door kicking open. Surprise! Sons of bitches, I'm alive.
That's very much the Karathi version of a Tom Clancy novel.
Yeah, which is such a. And it's funny because they build it up, but then it just seems like it happens so quickly in passing that you're like, you completely forget about it, and it's gone, and you don't really think about it again. You know?
Do you have any idea how the Emperor actually escaped that assassination attempt? Because it seems pretty lucky.
No, they knew about it, I think, before.
They just knew that something was going to go wrong with the ship, because they're like, we're both traveling on it. This is his prime moment.
They imply they'd figured it out before this.
They didn't know how, though.
Remember that the Emperor contacts... They make a big point of it being in an open channel. Mm-hmm. The Emperor contacts Thrakoth on an open channel in the previous chapter, saying, it's time for us to leave. They've done this on purpose.
Yeah, then Jukaga works his machinations to get the fuel rod with the hole in it through his deep cover operative who doesn't even know what he's doing. He just, doesn't realize that he's moving in these fuel rods they're going to try to use against the Confederation, which I feel like is a plot point he also uses in Accident Stations too. I feel like, isn't that something in there where they try to funnel stuff through or something? I feel like
I think you're thinking of the weapons that are made by slaves that are not so good.
The Varney and the torpedoes flipping over? Okay, maybe, because I felt like there was another point where they tried to do the same thing with the fuel rods or something.
So one note I pulled out that's kind of interesting to me, and it's a giant continuity mess, but we can talk about it, is Admiral Tolwyn's rank.
Mm-hmm. Well, I get that. I mean, it makes sense to me. I don't know. But go on.
Well, so when Tolwyn is introduced in Secret Missions 2, he is Vice Admiral Tolwyn.
That's a problem.
And he is treated as the head of the entire Confederation military. At the end of Freedom Flight, they go and they're like, oh, Commodore Stewart's going to get us in trouble. And like, oh no, I have an in with Admiral Tolwyn. And
spoiler.
Then when we get to these Fortune novels, Tolwyn is a fighting admiral, which Fortune understands is a full... Super Admiral is not going out there and fighting a ship. He makes him a Rear Admiral.
Yes, and that would be...
Makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Although he's never referred to such in Wing Commander 2, he's just Admiral Tolwyn.
Yeah, you would very rarely, unless it's more formal, use the Rear or Vice or something like that. You just call them Admiral.
So in this book, they make it pretty clear what's happening. They call him former Rear Admiral Jeffrey Tolwyn. And then when the president pardons him, it's... Admiral Tolwyn, I'm officially pardoning you for the incident at Monroe. As of this moment, I'm reinstating you as a full admiral in command of the Third Fleet. So it's basically, he's getting a promotion out of this.
But I don't know if he necessarily means that he's bumping him from Rear all the way to a full, like a 4-star or 5-star. Mm-hmm. I mean, in this case, I do think...
well, they talk about how they want him to replace Bambridge.
Yeah, the 5-star would be Space Marshal in Wing Commander 4, so I think going...
That's another thing. Yeah, so... And then, of course, throw in the Wing Commander movie there. He's certainly treated as the head admiral in the Wing Commander movie. He's like the 4th highest person in Confed. But then we go to Wing Commander 4, where in the novelization, he's again called a Rear Admiral. He's wearing the uniform of a Rear Admiral at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's promoted to Space Marshal, which is the 5-star rank. So there's some... there's some Tolwyn rank confusion.
Because, the reason he's a Rear Admiral is who would be in charge of, like, a carrier task force, or task group, I should say, where then a Vice Admiral would be in charge of the entire task force. So it's like, think about, Admiral Mark Mitcher from the Second World War. He was a Vice Admiral, and he was in charge of Task Force 58, the fast carriers. And then each of those, the carrier groups themselves, then had Rear Admirals in charge, so like Jocko Clark, Slew McCain, Admiral Sherman, stuff like that.
Well, Tolwyn starts this book as a Rear Admiral in charge of Task Force 45. Although in Wing Commander 2, he was in charge of, I think they call it the 13th Fleet.
Yeah, and in this one, I think he's calling him Third Fleet. They're very clear. Fortune is thinking...
He's put in charge of the Third Fleet.
Well, yeah, he's thinking Halsey. Because Halsey was in charge of it was called Third Fleet, and Spruance, when he was in charge, it was called Fifth Fleet. So yeah, he's definitely thinking of Admiral Halsey going to bring it to the enemy. Third Fleet's your fleet. I think that's what he's going for with that. But yeah, he doesn't. They don't really always understand ranks. Like, there should be more than one admiral in the fleet. Is the thing. There should be a ton of them. Because Noragami gets
sorry.
And I think it's spelt correctly.
Spelled 2 different ways, yeah.
No, this one I think it's spelled the same as the last time he spelled it. It's the A.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. What else do we have? Anything from our crowd? feel like we bully over them without realizing it.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I feel bad about that.
Yeah. We need buzzers.
On my end.
I agree.
But I feel like
we bully you.
I feel like we feel bad, and then you're like, no, you guys are fine, and we're like, well, damn it. Yeah, we need we need something they can buzz in so we can stop to let when they have a point too. We'll figure that out someday. Yeah,
You make good points.
I think also, and I'm not sure what Forstchen was trying to do with this, but when the Normandy is under attack and he has 3 colonials go kamikaze in 15 seconds, right? You have the 2 hit the torpedoes and then 1 ram the cruiser.
Well, I think we get a little bit of English on that when we get to. They go back to when they're talking in the hotel room, and it's so many times these books seem to like blow up the colonials as some amazing. These guys are wonderful. They know how life works.
They're libertarians on the front.
Yeah, they're super libertarians.
Yeah, they're
but
the
we
American
actually
colonists.
do have that conversation where Tolman is talking to Bambridge, and they point out that Kruger's really impressive for what he is, but he would never. He's boned if this actually happens.
Yeah. If anybody rolls into him, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they mentioned that he's getting supplies, but it just seems weird to me that because he makes a very big deal because he has Bear reflect on the fact that he watches these 3 pilots do this in a matter, and in the end, like the Normandy's not really their ship; it's the ship they're flying off of. Mm-hmm. You know. Because then he does. You're right. When they get back to the hotel or to Bainbridge's office, suite, whatever, they mention that again. That they get all this stuff. Right, they're getting it somehow, and and it seems really odd to me to mention that, and then have Bear reflect on it.
Also worth noting, we end on a cliffhanger. We literally end on Bear saying, how is Kruger going to get us out of this? Mm-hmm. And I'll go ahead and spoil it. Nothing happens. The next chapter does not follow up on that in any way. The next time we're going to see the Tarawa is just back at the hellhole.
Yeah.
So did he forget to write that part, or?
Yeah, we have those 8 torpedoes left, and we got I think what was it? It wasn't that bad. What was it? Chasing them, a few corvettes and a frigate, so it wasn't a huge fleet because all the cruisers apparently had been rammed or smashed in between. So, yeah. What else? All I have is I have like lots of numbers things written down, like 4 months to get the fleet back.
We really should timeline it all out for next time. Now that we're at this point where we've had all the data.
Yeah. And Omega, God, that's Omega, Mantu, those are those damn things, and we went to hell.
Made
over
life
them.
interesting.
They definitely did, they definitely did. And then, of course, when Omega never panned out, though, we were all, why isn't it mentioned anywhere?
It's still out there.
They're still working on it, man.
And in retrospect, it's a totally safe thing to do. They're even very specific. He says it will not impact this war. No impact on this war, but we ignore that sentence.
Yes, no, kids don't think of that. Yeah, so maybe Chris is right. Maybe it is, the Cerberus, or maybe or maybe it's the Midway class or something,
But Colonel Blair invented the Midway.
Well, who knows? Well, hey, we've seen how, I'm trying to remember the admiral in charge of the Behemoth before Tolwyn. Something with a D, right?
Just enough.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe it could be that type situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
All right. Well, any last thoughts on this one? I'm going to call names.
I think I got...
Now they're all talking at once.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
We were, just that we've been saying it for like this whole book, but now is when the action happens. It's going to get really, really exciting here.
Eventually.
Absolutely.
Yes, it definitely will.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're at like the top of the roller coaster, and you're like finally starting to come down now. It's
yeah.
You're picking up speed.
That bomb going off, and then Paladin and Hunter finding the fleet, it's just like, all right, now we're the action's here, and it's really starting to pick up, and it's just going to keep going.
Yeah, for the lack of a better expression, it's like a bomb goes off.
Yep, it kind of is. It kind of is.
And let's some credit where credit is due to Dr. Forreston for. At the start of this, we talked about how odd it was that we were being told everything. We were being front-loaded. There's no reveal about the Kilrathi. We know it's a plot. We know Tolwyn is right. We know Jameson's a traitor. Blah 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 blah. And you still have this very thrilling chapter where you're like, oh, now I see it all coming together. You feel rewarded. You feel refreshed and excited, and it is good writing. It's good structure.
Yeah, I feel like the reveal is not in the classic sense of, oh, here's the traitor, here's the secret fleet. It's instead, because from the beginning you're trying to guess, okay, well, what is Confed going to do to blunt this? How are they going to stop? Are they going to stop at the frontier? And that is what gets your mind spinning over, well, what could happen next? So it's like I feel like it's a different type of anticipation in that regard. And you get the big payoff with how he crafts that final campaign once the frontier is crossed.
Yeah, we're very much at this stage of how are they going to get out of this one? Yeah. There's no surprise left, as far as we know. But how are they going to get out of this one? And it's going to be exciting to see.
Yeah.
So next time we will be reading chapters 10 and 11.
Yes.
Which are going to, I think, probably take us to even darker places.
Yeah, well, I mean, as you said, not a lot.
But we're not going to see the Tarwat.
That's right. Yes. No big things. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what these chapters are. Are they the...
Let's just say things are going to get serious.
Oh, that's right. Yes, because we've seen 1,000 pilots transferred off. Yeah, 60% decode. We can leave it at that, too. Vance is 60% they're cracking the Kilrathi code. Their code
No. Things are going to get serious.
Yeah, I know what you mean by serious as well. I'm just... That reminded me of when Vance is like, we're reading 60% of their code. And it's like, that is not normal. That's very good software. No wonder he was pissed that Sparks broke that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, what the hell are you doing?
Small plane crash there.
Oh, Jesus. Lightning. Oh, thank God it's not carrying a heavy payload.
Broken arrow. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming out for this very long episode of Always Considered.
3.5 hours? That's nothing. That's not our longest yet.
And I will look forward to our next book club in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks on the and it's gonna be the Battle of Philippine Sea anniversary. We're getting serious. All
right, guys.
We'll cook something up for that
very, very soon.
Yes. All right. So let's bip out of all. I hear.
All right, here we are in our
dropping out of this
ending cutscene. I was so stealthily reaching over there to get my.
I was gonna say
markers.
I would have helped you there, but yeah, I don't know what you were up to.
Whew. For the pilot's log, let me just do a quick sketch.
That's right. And if I can hide this right in honor of the Normandy, we'll hide the 8-2. Lost on the. Oh, I was like, what are you drawing?
Why I'm drawing advanced fuels.
I noticed that at first. At first, I thought you were drawing a bikini top. I'm not going to lie, and I couldn't figure out why.
So know what an alpha man I am.
Okay, Kruger. Okay.
I do have one eye, just like Kruger.
Yeah. I just like how, Tolwyn's resume is going to impress Kruger when, Tolwyn's resume starts with Kruger.
That is a good point. Tolwyn and Kruger are old friends. It's just they haven't been decided yet.
Apparently they've forgotten each other, It's just like Dr. Franklin and Captain Sheridan. They don't know each other.
So there's the Advanced Fuels pod, which is one of the only... That and slaves are two of the only commodities in Privateer that have unique
spinning modules.
Unique flight.
They have the
that's
right in blood.
And so we will see you next week for more Privateer, more everything. I'm going to make a point of trying to map out fleet action to where we are right now. I'll have a little recap. Gonna be good stuff.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun and. We'll have stuff for you soon. We'll have a contest for you guys.
Fun and educational.
Yes.
All right. See you next time, guys. Here's Clyde.
See ya.
Hi, I'm Dr. Clyde Burrows with the Omnicron Institute. Wing Commander's amphibious landings are straight out of World War II, but real-life planetary landings are a very different kind of challenge. The first attempted landing took place in 1966 when the Soviet Venera 3 probe impacted on Venus. Contact with the probe was lost during landing, but the team tried again and again and again. In 1970, Venera 7 made the first soft landing with another planet and transmitted information from the surface of Venus for a full 23 minutes. Since then, robotic spacecraft have explored Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. See you on the next exciting episode of All Wings Considered.